Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to another Ninja Gato show. We have a very special guest. We're going to do a live collab with friend of the show, Endeavor TV. Endeavor, what's up? What's up? What's up? Say hello.
What's up, Gato? Hi, YouTube. Hi, Twitch.
Nice.
What's up? It's good to be here.
Good to be here. It's been a while. It's been a while, dude. It's been like almost a year, dude. It's been like 3/4, so maybe a year since the last time we collabed, dude. How you been? How you been?
Yeah.
How you been?
Been good, man. It's been a year. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
Feels like nonstop. It's been like nonstop. I think, like amazing and great. But I feel like I've never been as creatively motivated, inspired in my life, and I've also never been as tired in my life. And
I can commiserate.
I
can commiserate. Okay. I also noticed since it is a holiday month, it looks like you have a special holiday map. Did you create a world just for this? You're hanging out for the holidays?
Yeah, more. I mean, this is. I've learnt the value of pre-made maps. So finding something that's like a lot of the grunt work and legwork is done, and then building. I still do custom ones from scratch, but this is definitely an asset that was like pre-done on the marketplace, and then I've decked it out with all the interactions, and I can show you a quick tour.
Sure.
Like these speakers weren't here. The train wasn't there. A lot of things that now act on tempo like that, and some of the animations were added.
That's so cool. And then like I think I've seen this one. This one was like what, like $15 or $9 or something like that to start with?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, that's like min-maxing your time for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of the amount of time it would take to build something from scratch versus just getting out more variation. It's something that it took me a lot to get over. I was definitely like, no, I want to build everything from scratch. I'll go close again, one sec. I want to build everything from scratch. I don't want to just take assets and reuse them. But it got to a point where it was just like, it's just going to take too much work. There's not enough time in the day to do these things from scratch and continue to produce like just new stuff that keeps the stream engaging. Mm-hmm. Two of the stages we still use are from scratch and like continue to be done, but the two latest ones, like our Halloween one, was just basically like an empty hallway that was pre-made that we decked out with like screens and lights, and again, all the interactions has really kind of helped keep the stream fresh and stuff, but at the same time keeps my sanity somewhat intact. But I very much would like to I would love to go back to the time where I have enough free time to build stuff from scratch. But this is a pretty awesome asset, and the Epic Marketplace is great for that stuff.
Nah, dude, to me it's like min-maxing and like using an asset to get you like 80% of the way there, and then you do the rest of the work. There's nothing wrong with that, because that's what all game devs are doing these days. So okay.
Yeah, look, eventually if I have the time and the budget and like the production value to like have a team that we can like have a team of designers or programmers or whatever, and be like, all right, here's the vision, let's do it. I'm 100% that's going to be the way. But until then, it's kind of like you said, min-max. You've got to prioritize what's going to give you like. It's kind of like it's like diminishing returns. Like the first hour, like the first maybe 10 hours of work gets you 80% of the way done, but the next 10 hours of work maybe only push it another 2%. Into getting it finished.
Just Made Ninja says the newest one made from scratch, so cool though, and you would never get that from pre-made. He says.
Oh yeah, sorry. The last stage we made, not the Halloween one. Then there was one between the Halloween one and this one, and that one was made from scratch. Yeah, we actually just did a set with Ran, another streamer, doing live visuals and sending them over the internet into the world and dancing. Like pretty much, we were sending the audio to her. She was dancing. She was sending the video back to us, and then we put them up on the screens. We played a 2-hour set, so that was pretty cool.
That's a pretty awesome collab. That is a pretty awesome collab. Okay. Since the last time we collabed, both our communities have grown, so I do have some new gatos that don't know you. So
Hi, Gatos.
hello. So
You've
first
grown a
off,
lot, man. By the way, I love seeing it. I don't know what your average numbers were, but I feel like you've like 4 or 5x since the last time we spoke, and it's
dude.
so awesome to see, man.
So one, I'm shouting you out on my channel, which is not gonna play a clip because the clip thing sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Oh wait, you are a DJ. You have no clips. That's right. That's right.
I have no clips.
Yep.
I have no content. I exist in the ether, and
Is
you
it
just have to
either?
rely that if you see my channel and I'm live, that you'll like it.
All right. So I'm gonna say follow ENDVRtv. Uh, ENDVRtv. Right. Meow. And I'm pinning your channel in the chat. But for my new gatos, can you give them an overview of what the Endeavor TV channel is?
Yeah. So Endeavor is myself. Hi, my name is Deckard, and Nova, who is the other DJ. Like we're a DJ duo, the two of us. So we are together. We're Endeavor. So Endeavor TV, like our channel, is a sort of a mixed bag of a channel, but like predominantly, I wouldn't say it's a variety channel, but we do a mix of virtual raves, like the kind of the draw card, the main product that we do is a virtual interactive rave, all built in Unreal Engine. So what you're seeing here is exactly how we do the show, where both of us will wear full mocap, like I am at the moment, and we will DJ and play a set. You know, we normally play between 3.5 to 4 hours, but sometimes we play as long as 12 hours straight. And there's chat interaction, so chat can spawn dances. None of the interactions are set up on this stage because it's pretty much brand new at the moment. But chat can spawn dances, chat can change the background lighting, they can create all these different effects and meshes and make bubbles and all kinds of different effects that actually change the vibe of the set, like completely. Like you know, it can make it from be just like kind of an empty kind of stage to like something that's full of all these things that are going off on tempo, and chat, you know, doing their little dance moves on the D floor, or chat can be up here or behind the decks. Yeah, and we stream that on Twitch multiple times a week. We also both produce music, so we'll play our own original music on the stream, and I will also sometimes do music production on the stream as well, like live music production in Ableton. But I will also do dev streams where I will basically just be working in Unreal, building out the sets or adding new functionality, or so the rave streams are all done in DJs, and then I'll also stream in software and game development where chat can tag along and even like have a say. Like for example, as an example, like have a say in what gets done. So we just recently did a Halloween stage, and chat's dances and that were all zombies. So chat could be zombies. And someone mentioned, and if you're in the chat now, please like claim whoever it was. But someone, I wasn't there. I think it was Nova was playing a set, and someone was like, we have a redeem where chat. It's a bit redeem, and chat can spawn like a little like blaster in my hand or in Nova's hand, and then we shoot cubes at the dancers. And if it hits one of the dancers, it like ragdolls them off the D floor. But someone was saying, well, why are they cubes? They should be brains. Like you should be shooting brains at us. And so that night, Nova came to me and was just like, chat wants brains. And then the next day, there were brains that chat was getting to and shooting, getting shot at with instead, which was hilarious. But it's a really collaborative thing, especially I mean, the shows are collaborative, but even like the behind the scenes working in game dev stuff, like sometimes chats just has a really cool idea and it's like, cool, let's do it. Let's build it. So that's it. Yeah. It's a mix of where we are Endeavor. We are electronic music duo, but we also do dev and stuff like that on the stream as well.
Cool.
There's the party right there. There's the party train.
On the train. Yeah, with Master Chief. Can you show us that? Show us that really quick.
Yeah, I can cut to a camera. I'll turn the lights on.
Literally, this is
So there's a camera in the train.
Yep, and Master Chief and some. I forgot
Master
what
Chief
they're
and
called.
Elite buddies, yeah.
Elites are dancing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. Now, for anyone who doesn't remember or wasn't around for our first interview. This all does not computationally come for free, right?
No, no.
I think you have one of the most complicated rigs. Oh, one moment. It looks like I just got a $15 donation to make a wish from
Amazing.
Help me say this. Somebody help me say this. Let's slow mama don't wait. What? I gotta type it in the chat, Deckard. Maybe you can help me shout out this chatter, because I cannot say this name. How do you say this name?
Wait, I don't think I have the shared chat up. I think I just have. Oh yeah, that came up. There you go.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow.
Schnetzlezorma. Schnetzlezorma.
Can I just call you Snetz? Thank you so much for your $50 donation to Make-A-Wish International. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It just shows you. Just follow me. You pronounce it. Thanks, John.
Schnetzlezorma.
We both at Deckard.
No
It
brainer.
appreciates you. Thank you for donating 15 USD.
Yeah,
Make-A-Wish International. That gets
that's
you.
amazing. It's very generous.
Meow talk for 5 minutes. All right, Meow. During this interview, Meow. I get to meow all the time. Meow. Okay. All right. Computationally, can you quickly speedrun Meow your setup, Meow, to be able to do everything Meow you do?
Yep, easy. Let's start from the ground up. So I have a. Well, I have one. I have my working like Unreal desktop, and then I also have a streaming device, like a separate laptop that I run all the video into and audio into, and that is just purely for streaming. But the Unreal PC is running a 3970X GPU, so that's CPU. So that is a Threadripper. I think it has something like 32 cores in it, which is actually overkill a bit for a lot of what I do. Except for when Unreal wants to compile all my shaders, then it's very, very quick. But
You just happen to have a Threadripper.
when that does happen, it's probably really nice. Yeah. No, like that. I've learned a lot about like optimizing Unreal since doing this, and I know that like a Ryzen, just like one of the Ryzen CPUs is probably with like less cores, but the core clock speed is faster. Is better than having some crazy amount of threads, especially for Unreal with the way Unreal works. But anyway.
All right, yeah.
But the CPU isn't really even the bottleneck, so it's never happened. So the CPU, that's a Threadripper 3970X. I have a 4090 GPU. I have 128 gigs of RAM. That's what this is running. And then, I mean, in storage space, I think I have it's a 2 terabyte main storage device, and then a second 1 terabyte SSD, and then I have a 16 terabyte like actual hard drive, like with a disk that spins hard drive for just archiving stuff, because I have to record all my streams now because there's no VODs.
Yeah.
And then what else? I mean, that's kind of it. That's the meat and potatoes, right?
So much storage.
Of the hardware. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
but
lot of storage, but it's all full. It's all like each one of these projects, and I probably could get better at like optimizing these projects, but this Unreal project that's running right now is probably close to like 300 gigs. Just this one project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's just the computer side, right? Like when you're mixing, there's more hardware. Go, meow.
Yeah. So hardware, music hardware. So we have an XDJ RR. I had to look over it because I forget exactly which one is it. But we have an XDJ RR, which is a like standalone DJ mixing deck. Right, it's got 2 turntables and EQ and very minimal effects. So when we DJ, we have our music on USBs. You run them into the decks, and the decks run the music into our sound card, which is a Scarlett 2i2. That then runs into, now to go into the software, that runs into Voice Meter Potato, which is our audio routing software, where I run the music from the decks, microphone, and then we run that into Unreal. Then we output that. We actually don't run the voice, just the music into Unreal. Then we output the audio from Unreal back out to us and then to OBS. The reason for that I want the audio coming out of Unreal is because we have a lot of things that are on tempo in the world.
Yep,
and I want to make sure that when I'm triggering them, what I'm seeing is also what chat is hearing. If I was to use the audio coming out of the decks, like the feed into my headphones, I'd be missing the round trip latency of like actually what's happening on the screen. So like there's about a quarter of a second or slightly less delay between the audio that's playing straight in the headphones and the audio that's going into the sound card and then playing through the speakers.
Right.
So we actually play a lot of the audio straight out of we can, for mixing reasons, listen to like directly monitor it in the headphones, but a lot of the time we are just listening to it from the monitors that we have here, like the actual speakers, the amps. And then that all goes to a streaming laptop that has running OBS, and that's taking all the voice and audio and also the sound effects that are actually running in Unreal. So for example, we have like chat can set off like CO2 like smoke machines that like, you've seen it like gigs that just go like shh and like, blast the crowd with CO2. So those actually have sound effects on them that sound like that. So that's environmental noise coming from from Unreal that has to get fed in as well. Oh wow! And I've just been crushed.
Oh, one of your trackers went out.
Yep. Oh. No, I think it's just XN's dying. Let me see if I can load this back up. Close enough. Give me a second. I'm gonna calibrate.
Go calibrate.
2 seconds. Yeah. Let the questions come about the hardware. 2 seconds.
All right, 2 seconds. Let them recalibrate. Got those like you thought like Deckard to me has one of the most complicated setups. He's not even done, Gatos. He's not even done talking about all the shit that he has to do. Because he's just talking about, this is what I do with the audio, this is what I do with the computer. He still has to get to the lights.
Processing.
He still has to get to the mocap. Like, it doesn't, like... They're starting soon. If they are on stage within 45 minutes of a starting soon, that's good time for them. Like, that is a good time.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
I always think of that scene in Futurama when that happens of the guy from the past who gets burnitis. I don't know if you've seen Futurama.
No, I don't recognize the reference. I have seen Futurama, just not all the episodes. I don't get the reference to the episode you're talking about, but that's okay.
He's like this. He's like the swanky New York salesman from the '80s, and he gets unfrozen. But anyway.
Okay, so you got to the audio. You got to the audio. If I'm not mistaken, don't you have lighting stuff too that you control?
Yep. Yeah. So in terms of the software now, there's obviously Unreal, which is pretty much the canvas in which everything comes together. So I can show you now if I zoom out. So those lights I can trigger on and off because they're actually being controlled from Ableton. So I have an Ableton project which has a bunch of MIDI channels in it, and each of those channels is sending information via OSC into Unreal on a specific channel that I set up. So it's like 1 through 12. So these could probably be on channel 1, right? And specifically, they are listening for when MIDI note 1 plays on channel 1, and they're playing every crotchet or every quarter note. So when I click play on my MIDI controller in front of me, they will start firing off on every quarter note or crotchet, depending on American or English music theory. They will fire on every quarter note. So I'm controlling those as just like it's sending a signal to say fire now. Then I have some other things going on, as you can see, that are like animations that are changing the colors and all that. That's also happening in here. Similar thing, that is listening for a specific channel and note. This stage is a bit more stripped back because it's meant to be more like cozy vibes. So there's not as much with the lighting at the moment. But yeah, basically how I control a lot of my lighting is basically sending in MIDI information from Ableton, and then the various assets in Unreal are listening for a certain channel and then a specific note on that channel to fire. So I could have like tons of lights that are all on the same channel, but they'll only fire when one specific note, or any number of notes. I could have like 5 different notes that it's listening to. So I could have all kinds of different sequences that they know to light up on. But I also control the lights using another software called Touch Designer, which is also where I'm controlling these visuals on my helmet. So I can literally click a button. I can even drag it over. So I'll show you. So this is touch here. Let me just, where are you? You're on that side. So let me actually that would have worked. So this is a little like widget I've made that I can load all my visuals into. Let me just close this. And then I can actually just click on it while we're performing. Wait, no, I'm blocking my face. 2 seconds. I can zoom out a bit. And just click this, and then that just flips up a different visual on my helmet. So we'll normally do that. That's what we're doing during the show, to like change the visuals on the screens. There's a bunch of other things going in here. So for example, this node here is actually controlling my face. So all this maths in here is basically, well, these nodes, it's just like Unreal, it's node-based programming. So these are actually controlling my facial expressions. So there's actually hotkeys here that I can click. For example, which one should it be? Should we click different buttons? Will actually change my face expression. Now, next on this is actually doing some kind of like facial mapping that will, based on my like using a webcam, will change what face he's making, what I'm making based on like my actual facial gestures. But at the moment, it's just kind of hotkey to various certain little facial gestures and things. But all this is just to control the face here. You can see that that's a preview of what's happening on the helmet. We also send in DMX information. So I have lasers and lights that are actually listening to, and also pixel bars that are sampling whatever visuals being currently played on the displays, and it projects them into like a one-dimensional. So like a pixel, like a series of pixels, so like 56 pixels or whatever, and then turns those into like lights on pixel bars, like colors and things. So there's a lot of different ways I'm controlling lights. There's ones that are on tempo, and then there's ones that are being controlled by Ableton, by Touch Designer to have different colors show up in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that's that.
And that's not even everything,
That's
because you just recal.
No.
And that means you have full mocap.
Yeah, so
Tell us about that.
So we have full mocap. We're using an Xsense Window starter kit. So that's, I think it's 18 sensors or 17 sensors. I can't remember exactly. I think it's 17. And that's being fed into MVN, which is Xsense's software. So we have full mocap, so we have to recalibrate, like you just saw. It is not entry level, I would say. We did start with Rococo. We had the Rococo Pro Suit 2. We had a mixed experience with it. But at the end of the day, it just didn't cut it for hours and hours of streaming. I think for short bursts of animation, and recording, it's pretty good. But when we would stream for 4, 5, 6 hours straight, we would have to probably replace a cable, which would require actually unscrewing stuff and pulling stuff out, and getting new cables sent from Rococo in Amsterdam, I think, where they are. Oh. So it just wasn't durable enough to kind of do the stuff we were doing. And we had to send back things for actual hard repairs 3 times in 6 months. And at that point, even though it's very high value, it's good value, right, for what you're getting, we decided we needed to go to the next kind of bracket above to I guess from entry level to I don't know what it'd be. This is the suit we're using is the entry level of professional standard like this is what we're using is professional standard, but it's the entryest level of professional standard mocap. So yeah, we decided that was worth the investment. Like XNs is the same gear that has been used in like Avatar. It's the same that Miko uses XNs. She has an XN suit or suits probably. So yeah, we have to also deal with the mocap side, and then we pipe the mocap into Unreal and do a bunch of remapping so that all the bones know what to animate and all that. And yeah.
Yep. And then that also has a software associated with it that is also running on your Beast machine.
Yeah, so we have Unreal running at the moment. We have a Touch Designer running at the moment. We have MVN running at the moment. There's a separate app for the hands because we have a StretchSense studio gloves. So there's a separate app called Hand Engine that's taking that from the gloves, and then that has to be fed into XNs as well. And then both those together are fed into Unreal. Obviously, we're also running OBS, and Voice Meter Potato, which is this. I'll show you. I'll bring it along. It's this like circuit board looking thing. So these are all the inputs and outputs and variously where they're going. So different EQs and things. Yeah.
Damn.
Everyone should learn Potato. It is not that hard to get your head around. I think it is. There's a simpler one. There's like Voice Meter Banana, which is like much more trimmed down. But really, you just have to have a use case in mind. It's free. It is free. So it's great. You just have to have a use case in mind and you can learn it. It's really not the craziest thing to get your head around. Yeah, Banana's great. So we started with Banana, and it just wasn't enough to deal with all the different audio inputs and routing we need to do. So, but Banana's a great place to start for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I don't use anything for audio. I do everything manually, which isn't great. I should probably look into that.
Voice Meter is fantastic. I think that's a really, the learning curve is really, it looks steep, but it's not. Like, it's really just watch a bunch of YouTube tutorials. There's so much out there to just get your head around.
Okay, and how many display monitors do you look at during a stream?
So we have technically 4. So including the streaming device, which is up, that's the 4th one, like having OBS running. But I have 2 ultra-wide LG, I forget the name, but 38-inch monitors. And then I have a 3rd one above them, which is like a bank, like ultra-high resolution monitor as well. So technically 3, and they are always completely full. So the one right here in front of me is like 3/4 filled up with Unreal, and then I have chat next to that. And then the one on the left is split up in thirds between Ableton, Touch Designer, and the Unreal like menu, like all the panels of Unreal, not just the visual, which I have separate. And then above that is Voice Meter Potato, OBS, and then XNs, and then maybe there's a bit of space for Discord if it needs to be up, because sometimes I'll be chatting with the mods behind the scenes just about stuff that, they generally give me tips like, oh, fix the audio here or blah blah blah. So I would have a full screen if I could, but I feel like the more screens, it does put more of a tax on the GPU, and I don't need that much more space for like the extra tax that having a 4th monitor is going to do on the GPU. Yeah. It's already pretty maxed out. What's Beppo said? Voice Meter can be controlled with MIDI, so you can map out every single audio function to a slider or knob. Yeah, exactly. You set it up and then that's it.
That's pretty cool.
Like there's tons of macros I use. Like I have macros to mute my mic and stuff, or I'm also doing all the audio ducking. So when we talk during a stream, as soon as it detects one of us talking, it will duck the audio so we can talk over the audio clearly. Which again was a YouTube tutorial to watch.
Yep. Yeah. So I think you hold the record for the most complicated rig. I will say Dead Sun also runs a dual PC setup, but he doesn't do full body tracking. But Deckard, Dead Sun has 9 monitors. 9.
Dead Sun's a wizard.
I'm just
like,
wow. Why?
Yeah.
He's a mad lad for
9
sure.
monitors feels like a lot.
It does feel.
He's a mad lad. He's an absolute mad lad.
Yes, he
I
is.
mean, I'm kind of disappointed it's 9. I would have thought it was 8. Like, come on, stay on theme, bro. Like,
True. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yep, I wanted to run through your hardware once again. We did it in the first interview, but I wanted to run through it once again because I was just like, I don't think
yeah.
people need to appreciate all the work that goes behind the scenes for a ENDVRtv stream. It's a lot. It's a lot.
There's a lot of moving parts, and by moving parts, I mean points of failure. That if any one of them kind of goes, like, if the audio isn't going into, or if chat isn't hearing music or isn't hearing audio from OBS, there's like 7 different places that it could be screwing up. It could be not coming out of the decks. The sound card could be screwing up. It could be not going into Potato. Okay. It could be not be coming out of Potato. Okay. It could not be making the journey from the, oh yeah, so we run a capture card, and that's what's connecting the working PC from the streaming PC. It could be a problem with the capture card. It could be a problem with OBS on the streaming device. And so Nova and I have gotten very good at like the diagnostics of like, well, where is it working up until, and then fixing that. Oh, and also sometimes it's because Windows just decides to go and automatically go to the Windows, go to the firewall, or just like the mixer, like the Windows mixer just happens to be turned all the way down for whatever reason. Like it just decided to turn down. So we have to go in and check that the audio is coming out that way. So that's why we probably, we have the most complicated setup. Maybe we definitely probably have like the record for like longest starting soons on Twitch. I think.
Yep. Like I was saying, if you guys get done in 45 minutes, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
We've got it down to a good 8. I wrote a track, and then I just said to Nova and I, like, I mean, Nova, when Nova starts her stream, she normally plays the tracks that she's been more like primarily the composer and the producer on. But I wrote a track that's like about 8 minutes, and I'm like, that is the track, that is my time from the track time that track starts. I have to be ready by the time that track ends. And so it's working for me so far, if everything doesn't break.
And then when something breaks, then it becomes a mouse hunt to figure out
16 minute. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's little cheats and like little workarounds that we have of like getting the stream going. Like if push comes to shove and we're having an issue with like oh yeah, as well. So that's another bit of software is the way we get the mocap from Xsens into Unreal is with their Live Link plugin, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you are currently seeing Unreal 5.4, but Xsens' official release of their Live Link plugin isn't at 5.4, it's only at 5.3. So this plugin, and how this is working is because I emailed Xsens to say, when is your 5.4 plugin coming out? And they said, well, not anytime soon, but here's our beta. So, and I've actually beta tested their plugin and found bugs in it and sent it back to them to fix. But
you're part of the dev team indirectly. That's so silly.
Unofficially, yeah, because I've literally found all these bugs. I'm like, it doesn't work when this is open first. It doesn't work if you change the. So, for example, you can change the port that you're sending on from Xsens into Unreal. I told them, like, you can't do that with the beta. You have to keep it to the default port that Xsens comes in. If you change that port, you're not going to be able to get any data from Xsens into Unreal. And there is no way to change the listening port in Unreal on the plugin yet. So they didn't know about that. So I'm sure there were plenty of people who couldn't get any information into into Unreal, sorry. But it's a beta. It breaks. Sometimes we have to completely close down Unreal and open it again to get the mocap to come in. Like we get everything set up, we get the mocap on, and then it's just not getting registered on the plugin. So then we have to completely close everything down. We've had to do that like 3 or 4 times in a row before it actually started working. And guess what? 5.5 just came out.
Yep.
And Xsens is still on their 5.4 plugin. So we're actually capped to do live mocap by how current XNs is, who is now 2 generations behind. 2 versions behind.
Yep. You're talking to the cat.
And they
still...
only charge between like 8 to 10 grand a year for the minimum product that you can get, the suit and a yearly license to stream.
All right. And then you have 1 suit or 2 suits? I forgot.
We have 1 suit. We have 1 suit. Okay. We still have our Rococo suit, and we've thought about doing a dual stream with the Rococo and the XNs. I'm not quite sure how the GPU would handle 2 sets of mocap going in. I could probably do it in a very stripped down stage with like much less dynamic lighting, which I'd be very excited to do. I'm really keen to do 5.4 because 5.4 has their Mega Lights feature. I don't know what you call it, functionality, which I don't like talking about too much because I haven't messed with it. All I've seen is trailers and everyone's talking about it being a game changer. If it does what it looks like it does, it's a game changer. Just basically be able to deal with many more sources of dynamic lighting at much more cheaply, which is like half our whole shtick here. But I can't, because I can't animate anything in it yet because XNs is a year behind on their production.
Yep.
And that's my rant. And that's my rant done about XNs. We had to just recently like renew our license, so that's why it's like as of a few days ago. So that's why it's a little fresh.
Dorm says XNs get on the ball. True. Yeah, we're in 5.5. I'm still on 5.21, dude. Like I'm not eager to switch, and I'm like, fuck, I need to catch up. I would like a lighter GPU when it comes to lighting. So I agree the GPU savings is very, very tempting. So, all right.
But I'm trying to think of what else software-wise. So yeah, XNs plugin, all that. I guess there's also the fact that we run Rekordbox, so we have to do all the just audio. Like we have to set up all our tracks and set up playlists and queue points and all that. And the added extra thing of now checking Twitch's DJ catalog to make sure that we're not going to get banned for playing the wrong track now.
That's right. Yep. Actually, I heard.
And apparently it changes, so we have to check all the time.
I heard a rumor. Did you catch a strike?
Oh yeah, we got a 1-day suspension. Yeah. But that's because we weren't. So that's because we weren't in the DJ program. So we did the DJ program for about 2 months, and then we were just really not happy with the fact that we couldn't record VODs because it was really like we have a lot of we stream at a certain time of day, and we have fans all over the world who, if they aren't on exactly when we're on, they miss the stream, and we felt really bad for them. And at the same time, we were seeing streamers streaming in Unreal and streaming in VR chat who were DJing or at least doing stuff with music who were just streaming. So we thought, and also we were wondering, our thought was, are we technically a DJ channel? Like we have interactions, we have like chat can interact with it. It's built in game engine. It's like, in my mind, we could easily be streaming in software and game development all the time. So are we actually, like, if you look at the definition of a DJ in like the terms and service, it's basically a person standing in front of a camera playing music.
Yep.
Now, what you're seeing right now is not a person. And there's not even a camera involved. It's a video game. There's no one even here. You can't even prove that I'm actually DJing. Like, I could just have Spotify on and be doing this for 2 hours. How do you know I'm DJing? So we took the risk. We took the bet of, well, one, there's people on the front page even. We saw people on the front page doing like a rave, like a virtual rave.
Yep, I've seen it.
And it was fine for them. So we thought, okay, maybe we're technically not in that category, right? Turns out Twitch thought otherwise. They thought that we were DJing and gave us a suspension, and we thought, okay, fine, we're just going to do it because we don't want to risk getting in any more trouble. But strictly in terms of what DJing is, the fact that we have chat interactions, the fact that chat can control the stream and make dances, and there's like little mini games, I don't really think we're. I still don't think we actually fall in the regard of DJing, and their whole thing is, well, if people wouldn't watch it if there wasn't any music happening, then you're a DJ. I don't know. There's parts of this where there isn't music happening and chat's just mucking around. And I also find that kind of term I find that whole concept a bit funny because you could just go listen to Spotify if all you're there for is the music. Like there's plenty of people on Twitch who have music playing that you're there for their personality. Like most people aren't watching DJs for the music. They're watching the DJ for the personality of the DJ that they have while playing music. So anyway, that is the pretext of why we ended up not being in the DJ program for a bit, and we got away with it. We did it for about a month, and then we finally got a strike because we were DJing, and then we just opted back in, and now we've been here ever since. Basically, we saw other people doing stuff on the front page, and we thought that therefore it meant that we didn't qualify, but turns out we did.
Yeah, you don't have that magical check mark that means that they'll treat you better. They fell into the classic trap of thinking, which has read their own terms of service, says Jorm. True, Jorm, true. Well, actual DJs on Twitch do this too. Yeah, I've seen e-girls do DJ streams where they, amateur DJ. Like, I've seen, like, gaming streamers who will do it. I've seen, like, cool tech streamers who will do a DJ stream. But it sounds like you were almost voluntold, in my opinion. You were a DJ streamer. Would you agree with that?
Can you say it again? What word did you just use?
Voluntold that you were a DJ streamer.
What does that mean?
That means volunteer and told at the same time, like you didn't have an option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Voluntold. I like that. It's an opt-in program, right? But we were told we had to opt in.
Actually, we had an offline conversation about this because you're like, people are going to get clapped now that the detection's getting better, the audio detection's getting better.
Yeah.
And it was only going to be a matter of time. However, you got clapped, and then we've seen larger streamers who still have yet to get clapped, even though they do DJ content.
Yeah, and look, I'm not one to point fingers and throw people under the bus. That's like, I'm not gonna. It's not what either Nova and I are about. It was literally just a matter of, it's not very clear. We don't really fall into the clear-cut categories that Twitch has defined, and we're seeing other people who are much more closer aligned to what we're doing it. Therefore, we thought we could do it as well.
Yeah, and it's not you witch hunter.
But yeah,
it's you just like, hey. Twitch, you're showing that you're clearly not fairly enforcing, which is what they're known for.
Well, I mean, it's not even like we're saying go enforce it. It was just a matter of
like, why did you
tell us how we're different from them. Tell us what we're doing that is violating the rule, but that they aren't. That's all. So we can have a clearer understanding of the boundaries and the way that this is being viewed. That was literally it.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get that. You never. Like, even people with the check marks aren't getting that.
Well, I mean, once we get that little tick, maybe a little check mark.
Yeah.
You like the train mega? Hell yeah! I'll give you a little view inside.
And not even people with check marks are getting much communication from Twitch these days. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Man, we got derailed quite a bit. All right, let me...
Speaking of derailed.
All right, since... we were chatting back in February, so yeah, it was almost a year. Since our last chat in February, how have your performance evolved in terms of interactivity and visuals? Any new features powered by Unreal Engine? Anything new?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think all the way back to February.
Any new... Okay, I gotta think about where we were a year ago. I mean, we have 3 new stages since then.
Okay.
Maybe... I'm trying to think of whether the monolith stage we did was done by then, like our big outdoor like take on David Guetta stage. I
Nope.
think it
It was
might
in
have been.
progress.
Oh no, I don't think it was. That
progress.
was this year.
Mhm.
That was this. I don't know. Maybe someone in chat can remember. I don't know. They all kind of blur together. Um, I think that was this year. Anyway, so we have 3 or 4 new stages, all with like very different mechanics now. In terms of visuals, I mean, the face that I have that's animated and blinks, that's brand new. And piping DMX into Unreal is brand new, and using that, that's a brand new kind of thing. Like having a whole different, like a professional grade, like lighting protocol as part of the stream is really cool. What else? I mean, the little train cam, that's new.
That's cool.
Um,
You've been busy, man. You've been busy.
We have just kind of just adding different things. So we have there's like little features that kind of build up. So the Halloween stage, we have like this wall of CRT TVs, but the image on that wall is spread across all of them. It's not like the same image on all the TVs. So that uses like a world space material to do that. And that's something I had to completely learn how to use. It's like a material that's based on like the X and Y coordinates in the world, not on the UVs of the actual mesh it's projected on.
Okay.
What else?
Yeah, you did. I heard you did a really
like,
cool collab where you sent data back and forth. Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah, so that's really brand new. That was yesterday. So, and that's something we've been wanting to work on for ages. So we are really good friends with Rani, formerly known as Rani Young, who is another streamer, VR chat dancer, streamer, just chatting, gamer streamer. She's fantastic. So we worked with them to basically, we did a set yesterday where we sent the audio directly out of the decks over Discord to her. Then she had a virtual camera set up in VR chat and was dancing to it. And then she sent that to using a virtual camera to us in OBS. And then we fed that data from OBS into Touch Designer using Spout. And then that was projected in the worlds. And then we played a set with her basically live reacting to the music we were playing. And she was up on the screens, like 40-foot high screens we had set up, like virtual, but massive screens we had set up,
So
dancing
cool.
to that. Which is really cool because we'd never done anything like that before, and we don't actually. And that's the thing is, I'm hesitant to say it's never been done before. I think a lot of things have been done before, but I don't know of anyone who's had that kind of collab in the music space on Twitch of like sending music, getting live visuals, like dancing, getting it brought back, putting it in the world, and then like creating this collaboration across the planet. Right, like a dancer on another side of the planet and music from the other side of the planet coming together and then being this show on Twitch. And it worked really well. Actually, there was like very minimal tech hiccups, and we're really keen to continue to develop that concept with Ran.
That's really cool.
So Monolith stage was June for the 2-year anniversary. Okay, so Monolith is this year. So that's 4 new stages this year alone. Then,
Dude.
yeah. So.
You've been busy. You are a mad lad. You are an insane mad lad. Also, you talked about, like, you wish you had a dev team, but it's literally just you, right? You are the dev.
Yeah, in terms of dev, in terms of Unreal and the technical side, it is me. Yeah, so Nova and I collaborate very heavily, especially musically and especially concept-wise and artistically. Nova's amazing. But in terms of the Unreal stuff, it is all me working on it at the moment. So I would love one day to have like a dev team or just people to work with. That's not to say I haven't collaborated. I've had the real privilege to meet so many amazing people since having started on Twitch, and collaborated with them, and commissioned some amazing artists and some amazing modelers and done art trades. So that's kind of the beauty. But probably one of the things I'm most grateful about working in this space was, like, I didn't know anyone doing this, like working on Twitch. No, like I didn't know Boom, I didn't know Dead Sun, I didn't know yourself, or Mega Mocap or Steel Pants. Or I started listing people, so I felt like I have to list everyone. But
Everyone
so many amazing, talented people doing amazing things in this space. that I've now had the privilege to collaborate with or just bounce ideas off of, or like, they pop in the stream and we chat about something and I'm like, I don't know how to do this thing, and they're just like, oh, there's this setting, click that. It saved me like 8 hours of trying to like screw around in Unreal trying to get this thing to work right. So it's really cool that like doing this kind of got us noticed, and then kind of attracted this really cool network of people that we can like work together and push this even further. But at the moment, that's the goal, would be eventually to have a dev team, or to have just the ability to work on things in parallel, so that like if Nova and I get an idea or something, it's literally just my time that has to go into actually building it. Yeah. But it's a lot. It's between DJing, between like writing music, between creating the visuals and touch, building the sets in Unreal. It's a lot.
Yep, Nanowire says, I have no help with the Unreal stuff, but I know the theory and vision for what this is. Yeah, this has been, like, you were one of the early Unreal Engine, VTubers that I came across. And I was like, hey, this is a cool experience. Then we became teammates, and we've been hanging out ever since, man. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
has been cool, and that's the thing. It's like, I think us Unreal VTubers or Unreal streamers, I think it's a real like good, like strong camaraderie, because we are like seriously in the minority. Like, I didn't realize how much of a minority we are on Twitch until probably like a few months ago or stuff. Where we're like, oh, actually, and especially, I don't know if you're in the VTuber creator group that just got kind of started, but wow. I had no idea how many like PNG anime VTubers there were, and it's great. But like, I would say we are like 10,000 to 1 or something.
Yeah.
Like something crazy, maybe 1,000 to 1. But we're somewhere like 1,000 to 1, I would say, probably, of like Unreal VTuber versus PNG VTuber.
Yep, it's been amazing to watch this whole community.
Yeah, not including VR chat streamers. 100%, they're fantastic. Sorry, what did you say, Gato?
Oh, I was reading Nanowires. It's been amazing watching this whole community band together, says Nanowires. Yep, we're in the very minority. Yeah, I joined the creator club. It was just like so I'm in the coding. Are you in the coding? You're in the DJ one. We're both in the DJ one. Are you in the coding and dev? Or basically the coding one?
No, I'm not in the coding and dev one. I'm in music, I'm in DJing, and I'm in VTubing at the moment, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're with Bard, the graceful Bard in the music one.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, dude, but okay, so you're the other ones. Did you like notice how the VTuber one like exploded in comparison to the other creator clubs?
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
Yeah, it's huge.
The amount of VTubers and the VTuber creator clubs.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that like saturated on Twitch, which kind of tells you how bad Twitch is like the discovery. Like, I didn't realize there's like thousands of VTubers. I thought there was like 100, 200 maybe, but like there must be like,
might even be like hundreds,
40,
hundreds of thousands, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It was insane.
They're all 2D.
Well, the majority are 2D.
I'm blown away by how many like niche, like there's like, I'm a sea turtle, I'm a vampire sea turtle with aspirations of one day becoming a pirate or something, and like, help me do that, chat. We'll get there. Like,
yeah, in Unreal, we're like beyond the minority, because then you get, once you like, okay, so we separate, VTubers, we trim out, we go from 2D to 3D, and then even with the 3D, like, you get into Unity 3D, you get into VR Chat 3D, Vignon, Wadudo, different other products and stuff, and then the smallest of smallest minority, Unreal Engine.
Yep. Yeah, which I'm surprised because I would have thought like with how big Miko is, she would have totally like gotten so many people brought onto the Unreal way of life. Um, but evidently not.
VR chat is still like because there's such a big VR chat community. Like 3D for
Mm,
Unity is just that much bigger. Uh,
yeah.
oh yeah, the Vignon streamer is taking off slowly, but it's building. Yep, which is still just a 3D model. I mean, I wouldn't think the 3D would be growing because like getting 3D assets, whether it's Unity, whether it's Vignon, whatever 3D product you use, like 3D assets are becoming more and more readily available. I was expecting 3D to grow, but nah, dude. Like, Mousy has shown that it's all about the creator. It's all about the creator. You can make amazing
Mm.
content as 2D, and having these intense models. Like, I often question if I was to do it again whether I would go Unreal, and a lot of, I usually tell people, nah, I'd probably go 2D and stay 2D. Because I didn't have, you wouldn't
Mm.
have to build a huge ass PC. Like, you wouldn't have to have like some like mega rig. Like, you literally could just build, you could literally just use a laptop. Like, as long as it runs the game pretty well. Like, but that's
Yeah.
if you're focusing on the content creation side of it. But I'm too far in. Like, I'm in. I'm here to stay. Um, so, well,
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel you.
Bubba says, well, yeah, it's like imagine you wanted to go on vacation and Italy. Now imagine in order to do that, you had to learn all the Italian before you could set foot on Italian soil. That's basically what it's like being a UE VTuber, because you have to learn programming. That is a good point. Jorm says most VTubers don't know
Mm.
anything about tech, so Unreal is too difficult to get into. I will also agree with that, Jorm. Um,
Which is funny because like Unreal and its like node-based programming is so intuitive. Like as someone who has a background in programming, um, I love it. It's amazing.
mm,
It's so and like it's so friendly to someone who has no experience in programming. I think they couldn't have made it easier if they tried.
it's literally been the easiest ever. Also, I will leak the from our last interview. Your background in programming was Fortran, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It's one of my. That was probably the first language I actually learned was Fortran.
Yeah, one of the oldest languages that's on programming. That's where Deckard
Yeah,
got his background. Yeah, it's intuitive because you have a background in programming, says Jorm. Um, I mean, Boom
that is
didn't.
true. Like it does. I mean, it's like logic, right? It's not even like the background programming. It's the background of like logic, right? So like this, then that statements, then understanding like loops and for loops and while loops and things like that. 100%, yes. But I mean, just plugging in things together, right, is like it's Lego programming. Like, okay, I need this thing to do that. Um, how do I get it to do that? And also, YouTube exists.
Mhm.
Like, it's amazing. Like the YouTube University is incredible for what you can learn now. Like you can learn. Like I've probably gotten the experience. I've learned from YouTube what 10 years ago I probably would have had to go to university and pay, well, however much, tens of
Yep.
thousands of dollars to get like a basic game design understanding to use Unreal.
Your other half's in the chat. Hello, Nova. How are you? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Nova?
Yes, yes, I'm a bit quiet, but I will pull the mic as close to my mouth as possible and talk louder. There we go. Every time I open YouTube, it shows me ear-looking ASMR. Jorm, that is based on your algo. Oh, burbs. Yes. He lives in a very exotic place, so there are very exotic burbs, or where you parked your spaceship. And it's all stepping on eggshells. Hey, what's up, fellows jams? Actually, can you recap your lore a little bit for some of the people that may not have learned? You are a cyborg robot Tell the story. Tell the story.
No, okay, yeah. So our law and the Endeavor law is, yeah, I turned him up. No, actually, it should be better. Our Endeavor law is that, well, my background, I grew up on a pretty like industrial, like post-industrial planet. Like the whole planet's basically just one giant mega city. But I grew up in a junkyard, basically dealing with just refuse from that rampant industry, and to keep myself entertained. I wasn't like I was just left there. Like my family owned the junkyard, but that was like kind of my way of growing up, was just like there helping around the place, and way I entertained myself was just putting junk together again to make something useful, and making music with it. Banging steel plates together, or robotics, or old batteries and old processors and circuit boards and things like that. And Nova, one day I saw a shooting star in the sky, and it was actually Nova's spaceship crashing down to the planet. And decided to go investigate it. I realized there was Nova, and she told me she needed to get help leave the planet again. So I used my mechanical junkyard know-how to help rebuild the ship. And we ended up deciding to leave the planet together and explore combined musical interests and pursuits across the galaxy. And that's my side of the story. Nova is from the polar end of the spectrum. Her planet are like the like, imagine if we have industry on one side, which is us, me, my planet, and then we have music, culture, like freedom, free expression, like the ivory tower of classical music. That's her, and all her planet is all like the excellence that comes from musical expression, and whether it's like opera or ballet or the symphony. And that was her background. And she, while she had like freedom to express herself, it was also, and in music, she was a classically trained pianist, like in the orchestra there. It was also incredibly confining, stuck to like the rigid walls of classical theory. And so one day she decided to leave and explore the galaxy, and one thing came to another, and she crashed on my planet.
Yep. And then you guys decided to park on Earth temporarily. And
park around Earth. Earth is our latest venture in exploration. So right now we're still sampling and learning about Earth's different musical flavors, forms of expression, modalities, and trying to understand its place in the grand harmony of the universe.
And you guys are currently parked in the AEST time zone, which is why we're having this collab interview so late, on the USA or NA time zone. But gotta do what we gotta do. Very cool, Deckard. This is your DJ name. Yep, that is his DJ name. So that is a recap from Deckard on his side of the story. He's literally the Wally of the Wally and Eva story of ENDVRtv. Then we will also catch up with Nova. So if you guys are enjoying this collab and you want to hear the other half of the story, I'm catching up with Nova on next year, January 21st. It's a Tuesday, and at my time it's 6 p.m. On her time it's a lot earlier than that. So cool. So we'll definitely hear Nova's side of the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get all the dirt they have on each other. True, Jorm. True. All right. Let me ask you, since it's been almost a year, have you noticed any changes in how your audience interacts with your performances? Are there new ways fans can get engaged during the live shows? I think you kind of talked about it, but are there new toys, interactivities, things they can do now that they weren't able to do before?
Well, yeah, we've definitely tried to just continue to add more interactivity to the stream. Like I said, we have this little a mini game now where I think it's based. I can't forget, but it's a certain bit redeem will spawn like a little blaster in my hand or Nova's during a set, and then we have a certain time limit to actually hit as many of the dances with the projectiles that fire out of it during a set during that time. So that's been trying to think of more ways to make the stream interactive and fun. Like I said, we have all the different dances, and actually a biggest one again is just something that happened recently, which is we actually had custom dances designed by Mr. Huggy, who I think I just saw in the chat earlier. Yeah, he was there. So he was the 3D modeler who built and designed with us our new dances, which are way more customizable. You can change like their primary color, their secondary color, their emissive kind of edges that the dancers have on them. So yeah, there he is. Hey, Huggy. So he's amazing, and we recently just got those into the stream on this, like in the world yesterday, for chat to get to play around with a bunch of new dance moves, like 30 different dance moves for the female dancer and like 15 for the male dancer. You can also change the visor color as well.
That's cool, dude.
So we've been just trying to think of new ways to give back to chat, and it's like, thank you for all our subscribers and all our supporters. Trying to add more value to chat to get that they get more out of the stream for what they give to us. Yeah.
Cool. So chat has a way to actually dance via chat and customize and change their dances. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess a new thing too with that is I haven't set it up yet, but as an animation blueprint, I want to build into the dances that, along with those dances that I just mentioned, which is like their base dance. I had it working for a bit, and then I waited till 5.4 because the retargeting is so much easier in 5.4. That they will also have dance moves that are triggered by emotes. So when chat spams, I don't know, clapping emote or a vibing emote, it then queues up a single loop of, say, if it's it's like a clapping emote, then their dancer will clap like 3 times or whatever for each time that emote is there. So what's actually happening in chat, like the emotes will be directly connected with what's happening in the world. Yeah, I control their dances that way.
All right, I need to catch up on
so
some
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Comments. Texas says they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Do you want to address that question?
They can't hit the broadside of a barn. I have no idea what he's
basically saying your guys' aim is shit. He's literally saying your aim is shit when using
my aim. Yeah, my aim is our aim is pretty average. That's not my fault. There are some weird colliders on the zombies because they're not a model I made. They have some weird colliders that the cubes will just fly through them when they shoot.
So it's a dev issue and not
responsibility of that.
It's a dev issue and not a skill issue.
It's a tech issue. Yeah.
And then nanowires. Nanowires wants to know: did you make the Trump dance for me? Wait, you have the Trump dance? The double dick?
No, I haven't made the Trump. I haven't made the Trump. I haven't made the Trump dance yet. I will, just for you, Nano.
Very nice. Nice. They seem to. Oh, actually, I did help you test one of your new interactivities, and I help Nova do it quite often. Can you think of what Gato does every time he's in your chat?
Oh, you raid every single time.
Yeah, that was a new interactivity I helped you test, as well as I just do it. So if you raid in, I have a lot of small streamers in my chat. You guys raid into the ENDVRtv channel, your community raids in with you. And they become dancers on the floor. So like, it's kind of cool.
Fake raids.
Fake raids. No, I've sacrificed my offline chatters for you guys. My offline chatters end up being your lurkers. So, like, yeah, you raid in. You've had some mega raids come in, and then your 4090 like rage
and then it
for help
pops. Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing with it? But yeah, like 100 unique dancers will spot if you have 100 chatters and you raid in with 100. They will all appear on your dance floor and make your GPU cry. Yep.
Yeah, our latest stage, actually, now the dancers kind of all spawn behind the decks or the raiders, so it's kind of like a boiler room set, which is pretty cool. Everyone shows up there.
Yep. I always ask Nova permission.
That is true, yeah.
I always ask her, "You
Well,
want
for
me to
this stage, for
sacrifice the
example,
lurker?" Go for it.
yeah. No, you go for it.
No, I was saying that I always ask Nova permission before. I was like, "Hey, should we sacrifice the lurkers?" And she's like, "Yeah, do it, do it." And then we bring you my lurkers or my offline chatters.
That's very generous. Thank you, Gato. No, what I was going to say is in this stage, what I want to do is actually have the raid. These guys are kind of placeholders, but what I eventually want to do is, I don't think you can see it. Where is it? Oh no, there we go. It'll be in the shot. So I want, which one? This one. I want the raiders to spawn as like carriages behind the train. So like for every 8 raiders, it spawns a new carriage, and they all spawn inside the train, and then the train rides around. So
Oh
that's going to be the
wow!
new one for this stage.
Wait, and then you
So
can
if like if you get a monster raid, it's going to be huge.
yeah, and then you can
And then you're dancing in
leverage.
the train.
You could leverage that, dude. You could repurpose that as also a hype train. You get a hype
the hype
train.
train, exactly. Yeah.
No, you get like an actual Twitch hype train. You could have the hype contributors show up in that hype train.
True. Yeah. That's very true, actually.
Raid train is pretty cool. Yeah, you
So
can have
see
a
that,
raid
and then you
train,
can see
and
everyone
then you can have a hype
dancing.
train. Yeah, I mentioned that
You're
to
right.
Code Miko. I actually gave her that idea to have her own hype train with all the people spawn in on a train, and it rides in all choo-choo style. They're still working on that, but I think that's backburner because she's working on her, Mikoverse. But it also
Yeah.
there's also a hype train in crowd control for like card shop simulator. I do want to test that out
Okay.
sometime. So, yeah, do it. I want you to have a hype train.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah. So
awesome.
that is the plan.
Choo choo with an air horn, yeah. Oh, yeah, we talked about this next question, but I think we could talk about it again. Have you introduced new music or collaborated with other artists since February? How do your collections impact the vibe of your interactive performance?
So I've actually been in the conversation to someone else reached out to me on Discord to collaborate on some music. A few people have. So I'm hoping to have some time to devote to music very soon. A lot of my time has gone into Unreal lately, like building these new stages. I'll stop the damn lights going. But I really want to get back to music production because it's like something I just love doing and really want to continue to focus on. But no big music collaborations lately that I can think of. We did some music for Dead Sun, which was great for his Halloween stream, so which was
That's
really
cool.
cool. Like a music commission, both Nova and I wrote some music for him, which you might have heard if you were on his channel. So that was really cool, and that was a lot of fun to actually write music as a actual job, which was really cool. And we loved doing it. It was a lot of fun. Which was also outside our kind of style a bit more. Like we normally do a bit more techno, electro house, progressive house, but both Novas and I's were much more like soundtrack driven, much more like orchestral and ambient than it was like popular EDM kind of sounding music. So that was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Nanowires is also saying if you want to make music, let them know. Then you guys killed it.
Oh
with the
yeah,
Dead
oh
Sun
yeah.
collab.
So Nano is great. Nano helped me mix and master a track we did a few months ago, and he killed it. So he gave me some real nuggets of wisdom. So that was awesome. Thank you, Nano.
Also, you have another awesome DJ that's looking to collab with you. Did you know that?
Oh, is he a feline-based DJ?
Yeah, DJ Ninja Gato. DJ Ninja Gato is looking to see if on your December 23rd, NA is December 22nd, if you want to DJ in the Mikoverse. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm available. Yeah,
Yeah. So
very keen.
I plan to, after the event, like we're going to have, you'll probably be asleep for most of it, but we're having a costume contest. We're also having a building contest. So we're looking for the most, Christmas theme outfit on a model or an avatar. And then we're also looking for
Yep.
people to. So on my stream, I currently have the Mikoverse up where some of my community members are hanging out. They're doing squats to stay in shape. But it's a really cool sandbox that allows VTubers to collab, streamers to collab with their communities, chatters just hang out. A better looking VR chat, in my opinion. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So as part of that, we are doing a Christmas event on December 22nd. And I am going to DJ. And then I was like, you know what would be cool? If we could have an actual DJ. An actually well-trained, well-experienced DJ as well. So we'll talk the details, but yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Also, Code Miko's on board, so.
Well, you made me laugh when you said, I was like, how do you get the audio in? Like, oh, we don't. They're dancing in silence.
Well, they're in the stream. There's probably there's probably a way you could route the audio.
Good. No, well, I mean, the reason I asked is because that's a question I asked Miko and the Mikoverse chat about 7 months ago, and it was a TBA was the answer, and I was curious whether that had been changed.
It's hard because, much like VR chat, if somebody spawns in something annoying, you have to deal with that. I can also, you could use voice meter to instead of take your audio and pump it as your voice. You could do that, but then I'd be concerned if it would it's the audio coming from a single point, so it wouldn't have the whole effect. So I think for the multi-channel audio that you would do, we could do it. We could do it. What do you guys think?
Beppo, you're right. Obviously, if you just send in an audio of, as your mic input, you could probably play music. I guess it's just it's either the music or your voice, one of the two. It's not coming through or your mic. But I guess my thing was, how can I want to be able to send in information so that I can trigger things on tempo, which I think is a while off still.
Yep, that's a long way off. You could combine them. You could combine the audio, but the quality I don't think would be as good as if people are on the stream. But I mean, that's what I do. We're dancing in the Mikoverse. It's dead silent, but when the chatters are on my channel watching my stream, they're hearing my mixing, and it's a good time.
Sure,
it's a good time, and they can vary their dances. They can change their models. They can change their outfits, and it's a good time. This is VR chat. Just quiet. Let me ask this. Let me ask this question: have there been any significant technological upgrades or changes to how you stream or your content? Any new tools or updates, or your Unreal setup?
Any new tools or updates?
Hardware or hard technological upgrades?
The most hardest technological upgrade is probably the fact that we have built a it's called Touch OSC. So it's basically it's a app that can function on your iPad that communicates with Touch Designer via OSC. So I can basically control things that Touch is doing, like lights, with an iPad that I have next to me. So it's an extra source of control. Yeah. Source of control that we've been built into it. So that's probably the biggest upgrade technologically. We've probably been spending more time on creative upgrades. So new meshes, dances, all that stuff, as opposed to the tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
But nothing too crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Smokescreen let us know that our shared viewership went down to 1 viewer each, apparently. Gotta love this platform. Nanowires also says I've been sound designing and producing for over 10 years, so anything music related, let me know. I've done branding, marketing, branded K5 or KX5, Daku, Marshmallow, Lost Warzone. They all came up with game event ideas for them, and Fortnite as well. There's a few other things, so if you have any questions, let me know. Skit wrote commercials too.
Yep,
Don't feel like your question is too dumb. Always here for the community. Well, thank you, Nano. Thank you.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nano. Well, Nano's one of our mods. He's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, let me ask this. I have noticed that your community has grown, your following has grown, your viewership has grown. How has the community around Endeavor TV developed? Any notable feedback or memorable fan interactions?
Um, Memorable fan interactions. I mean, Nova and I are super grateful for our fan base. I mean, we it honestly just blows our mind how enthusiastic and excited and passionate our fans are in the stream, getting behind the interactions and spawning in dances. And I'm just started running an ad break, so sorry, my stream. That was automatic. Yeah, like I don't know. There's nothing I would say where it's like all of a sudden we don't really look at it too much. Like all of a sudden we grew crazy. I mean, like obviously we are keeping track of just like numbers because we want to make sure that we're creating content that is engaging and people are responding to. But we've obviously seen. Yeah, we're really happy that we kind of have a steady increase in our our viewership. And activity in the Discord as well. Like people are always really engaged with like Unreal stuff or any stuff that's really related to the stream. But yeah, thank you for the plug for the Discord flick. I mean, we kind of focus more on what we can give chat than kind of what chat is giving us, just because that's kind of what we can control. Like when Nova and I have kind of little tactical strategic meetings about like where we want the stream to go and what are our goals. Our goals are kind of always more what are we able to do for chat, so it was like we wanted to have custom dances so that chat could really feel like they could have their own real place on the stream, and that was a goal. Like that's why it wasn't like, all right, when we don't have these goals of like 100 viewers or like this much money made in a month. Those things are all really good, I guess, to just kind of keep us on track that we know we're connecting and engaging our audience, but they're not really in our control. Like it's not something we can make happen overnight, but what we can do is what can we do for the stream? Like how can we show up and how can we make the stream a more enjoyable show or a more enjoyable experience? So like obviously everyone wants 100 average viewers or enough money to do streaming, to quit your day job and do streaming. And like in that regard, we would love that. Like that would be a huge goal for us to be able to devote 100% of our time to streaming. But that's kind of the point of it. Like all the money we make from streaming gets invested in the stream. We don't rely on the stream for our income. It is all like reinvested back into the stream so that we can make the stream better and more enjoyable, more engaging, and like really bring the vision to life. And in that regard, I think that's probably a big one is like the expenses that it takes to do the stream. And I'm talking like licensing fees and, all the different kind of things you have to, I don't know, like paying for restream or all that stuff. The stream at the moment now is like self-sufficient, or like commissioning artists or commissioning whatever, like maybe new banner art or new emotes, or that's all kind of being taken care of by the stream now, which is like the biggest goal I think we could have at this point until eventually the stream supports us to just do the stream full time. But that's kind of like the two goals, right? Is like, is the stream self-sufficient now that we can now reinvest everything and continue to make the stream better? And the next goal is like, is the stream producing enough revenue that we can now devote all our time to the stream and we can devote all our time to making it as an amazing experience as possible. But that first goal was hit, that it was like self-sufficient. That was hit actually relatively recently, which was a huge thing for Nova and I.
Wait, what?
But we don't really, like someone in the chat on the Discord actually was like, "Oh, the whole Twitch adpocalypse is happening. Have you guys noticed it? Have you guys noticed a dip in your ad revenue?" And my first response was like, I don't even look at the ad revenue enough to notice that. Like, I'm not looking at the revenue from ads and being like, "Oh, making this much." And then I went and looked at it and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've just checked. No, we haven't seen a dip." But to me, the money that we make from the stream has always been about, are we connecting with people enough that they think we provide enough value to them that they're going to offer up their hard-earned money to us because of how much value they think we're giving us. And that to me is the whole point of money in this transaction, is that it is a concrete, or it is as a concrete manifestation of like value as we kind of have in society of our audience thinks we are providing enough value that that's the gesture that is an emblem of that. Mm-hmm. And in that regard, look, all those markers are up, and average viewers and all that stuff, which is great. But it just tells us that we're on the right path and that chat is really engaging with the content we're making and finds value in it. But yeah, like Nova has to tell me to like be better at keeping track of stuff, because I'm just like, people are loving it. It's great. Let's just keep going. And it's good. It's good to keep track of everything like that. But like the statistics and all that. But it's hard for me to it's quality over quantity. You could have like 100 people watching your stream, but like 2 people in chat, versus you could have 10 people watching a stream and all 10 of them are like having the liveliest conversation and chatting and interacting and stuff. So I try not to put too much weight on numbers in bulk. And look, if chat's happy, if like there are no real like dead spots in the stream and there's always people talking with each other and engaging with the stream, it's a successful stream. Rant done.
Rant done. I'm okay. Let's kind of unpack one of your statements. So, I do know you have a very expensive license for your mocap.
Yep.
And I know your community is very supportive. You're saying you broke even already? Even with that? Or are you just talking about the monthly expenses they offset?
No, I wouldn't say break even. I wouldn't say break even if we're talking about like the PC setup and all that, like the initial costs. But in terms of the continued running of the stream, in terms of things like we want to commission new emotes, or we have to renew our yearly license for XNs, or whatever, we need another license for touch designer for a year, although I think touch is perpetual. But there's various different we want to get new assets or a new stage for Unreal. It's very easy. We can't go crazy, but it's very easy now to have our operating costs, or like little new features we want to add. Maybe next month we want to do this. Well, great, that's next month's revenue will go into that. It's very easy to we can do that. We can do that now, which is awesome. Like we aren't stuck by like, oh, it'd be really cool with this stream, but it's like, okay, but that's going to come out of our like living expenses this month. Again, it's all about perspective. There are plenty of things on the Epic Marketplace, or plenty of things we could spend money on that would blow it out of proportion. But with like another thing is we want to work on developing new models, right? And we could do that very, very cheaply. We could do that. We've had quotes in the past. We didn't go with them. People wanted to charge us, and this wasn't even like modelers. This was like more like a studio. They wanted to charge us $100,000 US per model.
That's insane.
Yeah, we think they were having a bit of a laugh. But yeah.
Meanwhile, Boom, Boom,
cheap.
Yeah, Boom. On the other hand, it's like Boom is just trying to make enough to buy another cheeseburger. What the fuck, $100K?
But Boom's just trying to make enough money to buy another hamster to run the hamster wheel that powers her whole setup.
Artie Fluffy says Team Endeavor is so responsive to chat. It's not just a DJ show; it's a party. The dev streams are immersively enjoyable. Interesting.
Uh,
Yeah.
Thanks, Fluffy. Yeah, I think, look, we love the vibe in chat that we have every stream. We love all of that. We're really not like. It's funny.
That's funny.
But
yes,
by the way, Gato, do you love being like this, like cyberpunk space cat?
I love it,
have
dude.
on my helmet right
I
now?
love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, if the people from Endeavor's channel didn't know, Boom is a commissionable artist, so if you are looking for a model, Boom did the model updates to my model. She's also made me a Ecoverse model, and I paid peanuts in comparison to 100K. Like, absolutely peanuts. That's the comment. 100K pieces of kibble. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're really happy with how everything's going with our stream. And look, our biggest thing for us with those things is just like how regular are we being? How well are we broadcasting our stream schedule? Like, again, it's all things we can control, right? It's how regular are we being? How well are we communicating our schedule? And again, with all those things of like, this is like everything in life, man. Like the way you treat yourself, the way you view yourself, and the way you perceive yourself is the way you encourage others to perceive you, right? If you're not going to show up at your job in a suit or whatever, with at least your hair done or something, why would anyone else take you seriously? Why is anyone, if you don't first view yourself as someone of value, as someone who respects themselves, who's someone who takes accountability, how is anyone else going to do that? So, if we publish our stream schedule, if we stick to our stream times, if we, are on time, then your audience will do the same. But if you don't do those things, if you don't respect yourself and you don't you don't communicate adequately, well, you will have a diminished result, I think. So again, it comes back to like, what are the things I look for? What are the things that you are in control of? And that's all that matters. If people show up and they vibe, great. But if you don't do that, well, there's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Yeah. No, all good advice. All good advice. All right, let me ask you, what's the next big milestone or goal for Endeavor TV? Any upcoming events or innovations you're excited about?
Bro, you said it yourself. It's our back-to-back set on
Our back-to-set
Eve. Actually, it should be like a scratch-to-back set or something. We should call it, because you're a cat.
Yeah.
We should really should be belly to back, belly rub set.
That'll be cool, man. That'll be cool.
Back to belly. That's our set. We're going B to B.
Yep. So we talked about this question: what motivated you to join the DJ club, or the DJ program? We've already learned that was kind of voluntold. How does it align with your vision of blending music and real-time audience interaction?
Look, it is like, it's a really always engaging environment, I think. Like, it's pretty. That's the thing. We can do all this work behind the scenes and create these worlds and stages, but we kind of just refer. I say this all the time, but it's like, we set up the pins, but it's up for chat to knock them down. So that's the coolest thing about this, is just how engaging the stream can be. How asymmetric the experience is, where it's not just like us and chat. It's every individual person in chat with themselves and us, And the trick is creating a modular experience where where non-linear kind of consequences are able to take place, right? So, for example, someone might spawn all these little tempo cubes in the world, right? Someone else might change their dance move to be like super animated and like jumping up and down, and now all of a sudden that dancer is like punching those cubes out of the way, and like in a very humorous or whatever fashion. So, but it's like I didn't think of either of those things when I built it. I was like, okay, there's the cubes and there's a dancer, but the trick is like creating these modular features or modular like functions that scale non-linearly to create experiences that myself or Nova couldn't actually have thought of, because we didn't think that someone would take this and that. It's like 1 + 1 equaling banana.
Okay, that's cool. And still continuing the conversation on the DJ program. Have you incorporated your interactive... Wait, no, that's not the question I wanted. What advantages or tools has the DJ program provided you, and has that impacted your streams? Have there been any notable improvements in terms of discoverability or community building?
In terms of the perks, I can't think of any so far.
Oh, it's kind of funny because they gave us the tool we're forced to use to be like, all right, let's copyright check.
Yeah, so look, the perk is... Okay, that's not true. The main perk is that we can stream music and not worry about copyright takedowns. That is great. That being said, we streamed for 2 years before that, and we would get warnings about copyright, but it would just mute those sections and we wouldn't see any issue. So I haven't really gained any sleep that I was losing in the first place, because it seemed like not much was being done there. Now, you can say that's because Twitch in the background was working with the record labels to create these policies, and at that point the record labels weren't pushing the takedown notices and all that. That's probably the case, because before my time on Twitch, apparently Twitch was way worse in terms of takedowns, DMCA and stuff like that, which I hate using as a verb, because DMCA is not a verb. So look, that's great that they've created a space that
we can do this legally
for DJs not to worry about copyright. And look, the list of restricted artists is pretty narrow, and it's especially for like an electronic music DJ. It's not relevant, because a lot of them are just like old bands from the 60s and 70s and 80s that are a part of that restricted. Now, that being said, Beppo was saying, yes, before COVID, you could get the live DMCA takedowns, and especially if you weren't partner, you'd be banned up to 3 strikes, and that would happen in one stream. Yeah, so look, I wasn't around, but that's horrible, and I'm sure people did lose a lot of sleep over that and their peace of mind. So that is great. That is a great part of the DJ program, that there is peace of mind around the fact of we're not going to get taken down for playing music anymore. At the moment, that is it for the perks. We haven't seen any increase in viewership. We haven't been seen that we've been featured on any of the shelves on the front page for being DJs. We can't produce clips anymore. We can't produce VODs. So there's no up-to-date content on our page anymore of stuff we've been doing since the DJ program
allowed to exist
started. Sure. Yeah, we're allowed to exist. We're allowed to exist on the stream. Yeah.
Mega Mocap hit it, and he says, "Let's make DMC a verb as well." What's up, Mega Mocap? How are you? You know Endeavor. He loves you.
Yeah,
too.
How you doing, Mega? We were chatting earlier actually about stuff. So yeah.
Has there been any notable in terms of discoverability, community building? Well, I missed the DJ community
increase.
The DJ community. We're
Sorry.
technically part of the DJ community Discord, or sorry, the Twitch community DJs. Like, there's that, but
Yeah.
I haven't really found
Yeah, we could.
any people that are like, "Hey, let's collab as DJs. Let's raid train each other." I haven't gotten any of that.
Oh,
Nope.
no. And look, that's something we experienced really early on when we started streaming, because the first network we thought we would try and meet were DJs. I'm all twisted. Give me a sec. I'm trying to fix. There we go. We're DJs. But very quickly, we didn't find the welcome from the DJ community that warm.
Well, they're also content creators trying to survive, so it's like a dog eat dog world out there.
Yes, that's true. But then as soon as we kind of changed tack and started to go more on VTuber channels and network and communicate and actually befriend them, we found the VTuber community was way more hospitable and welcoming and supportive, and reaching out about one, rating, two, just showing up in chat, like especially with this whole setup and endeavor, the VTuber community was way more like enthusiastic about us than the DJs were. So I don't know what the difference is there, but but we found it much easier to make friends with people in the VTuber community than the DJ community.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it was only like a really hot minute the Twitch algo and front page promoted the DJs up and gave us a little more elevated presence, but it was literally just like a week or two, and they moved on. Yep. Well, there's like...
Yeah, and look, and Beppo, you're right. There's like 15 3D VTubers and 100,000 DJs. Yeah, that is true. Again, it was just, we found it really hard to kind of network with DJs. And that hasn't changed since the DJ program kind of started, and the creator group. It's the same kind of vibe still.
Gotcha. Well, have you dived into the revenue?
And I guess you mean like the subsidy and all that?
Yeah, apparently Twitch is still covering the subsidy.
Yeah, they'll cover it for a year. It's being weaned off, so every month, like another 3% gets shaved off the subsidy. So after a year of when it's gone live, it'll be 30% shaved off of your revenue. So again, that's kind of another thing about the stream is before the DJ program, we could play original music. And it would be fine. Now, when we play original music, which we do, we have to pay a record company for me playing original music. So we don't even have record deals, and we're paying record labels to play our own music.
That part hurts. Did they tell you how much is shaved off? Yes, Beppo. They tell you in the creator dashboard. I'm looking at it now in my other window. It looks like the subsidy is 67% for December. Megan Pocap says, I've heard there's
67% of the 30% that they're going to take off eventually.
Yep. Megan Mocap says, I heard there are a lot of sucker DJs, and that a DJ once saved someone's life, but otherwise I don't know much about the community.
DJ. Yeah, Texas, the reason is because it's a flat fee that gets taken off. Well, not a flat fee, but it's a percentage fee that gets taken off of your revenue at the end of the month, like your after subs and bits and all that. So it doesn't matter what you're playing. If you're in the DJ program, it's being taken off. Even if you didn't play, and even if on that particular stream you didn't play any like released music, it's just a flat fee.
What's up, Ultra? Ultra Omega Zero, Miko's manager, has joined the Mikoverse session. What's up? You want to say hi to Ultra? You want to say hi to ENDVRtv? One of the coolest 3D VTuber DJs you will see
Hello.
on the platform. He says hello. He says
What's up,
hello.
Ultra? How's it going?
Ah,
I came here to troll.
you came here to
Cause
troll.
mayhem and chaos.
Nice, nice. Well, welcome. I got an interview collab with Deckard from the Endeavor TV channel. This is the 3D VTuber DJs that Code Biko knows. If you let her know, she can come say hi to Deckard of Endeavor TV. I think that would make him really happy. So, all right, all right. All right, what else is going on? All right. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's go back to our questions. Yeah, I will say it's been kind of a mixed bag with the program, but I'll agree with you. The best thing that's come out of it is we're doing the DJ stuff legal.
Yeah. Look, and that had to change. That status quo was not sustainable. Obviously, the rights holders deserve revenue for their artwork being used. I have said that from the start. In fact, before we even began streaming on Twitch, Nova and I inquired with every single body we could find about purchasing licenses to stream music on the internet, and none of them had. Not only did none of them have an answer, none of them wanted anything to do with the request. They was basically said, like the local one here or the state and federal ones here. Well, state, there aren't really federal ones, but the state ones here were saying, we have no idea what you're talking about, and we don't have any official comment to make on it. So we tried to do the right thing from the beginning. We wanted to find a legal way that we were happy to pay money to pay for a license to stream, and it wasn't around. So, like we've streamed on Mixcloud in the past, and you pay a license fee or a monthly fee to be on Mixcloud Pro, which means you can use licensed music. We've been behind that the entire way because we think license holders deserve to be remunerated for their work being used. Yeah.
Mega Wallcap says I was going to start doing DJ streams, and it definitely sounds complex.
Yeah,
not really, in my opinion, for the DJ program.
There is no DMCA down under Beppo, but I guess the issue is like you're talking about various different what's the word? Laws in different parts of the planet. Yeah.
Is that you, Mild? A nuke net?
Yep. We've got other people coming in the makeover session. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me ask you this creative freedom question. Has the program influenced the way you select music during your streams? Are there new genres or styles you've been experimenting since joining?
No. New genres. Look, we run through and check if things are on the restricted list or if they're available on the catalog, and then we put them into a folder of just like this is safe to play. But we play the stuff we always wanted to play. If we engage in new genres, it's because we've genuinely been interested in them. The catalog doesn't have much to say on that.
Okay. Do you see the Twitch DJ program playing a significant role in the future of your channel? What goals do you have for the DJ streamer moving forward?
Look, I would love. I mean, we're in the DJ program. We're not going anywhere. It clearly applies to us. At least that's what Twitch thinks, and Twitch is the boss because we're on Twitch. But I'd really love to see the ability for us to at least post some sort of clips. I think the ability to kind of show at least snippets of what we're doing, or Twitch has apparently been working on the ability for DJs to put some kind of channel trailer up. I don't see how a 5-second clip or a 10-second clip infringes on someone's rights so drastically that it has to be just flat out cut. So the ability, if Twitch were to bring back clips, I'm not even saying VODs, just clips, that would, I think, really go a long way to, I would say, like mending some of the damage that has been done to streamers, DJs, and some of the rights that they've had taken away by being in the DJ program.
Yeah, I want to say like
And yeah.
yeah, like I have both my DJ channel and my regular channel. Like they've streamlined the way to make a clip into a TikTok, into a YouTube short. Like they've literally streamlined it because that's what they want us to do. But when it comes to the DJ program, they say, but not you. But not you. So then, yeah, you have to record your own VODs, snip them yourself, and then you yourself have to go out of your way to be like, okay, is YouTube gonna strike me for this or not strike me for this? Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's kind of the thing that's a bit of a slap in the face is like the DJ program came out and then Twitch basically revealed this brand new super streamlined way of making clips and vertical and landscape and zooming in and making it like basically TikTok ready in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're just like, but not for the DJs.
Yep, not for us.
I mean, at least do it and say, well, the audio is going to be taken out. You know, at least give us the video. Let us put our own audio over.
Yeah, or let us put DMCA, which approved music behind it or something.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of ways of like, look, a lot of the time the music doesn't matter, which is the ironic part of like, the music doesn't matter. What music doesn't matter? Like, I just want a clip of the DJ set and stop going off in chat. I'll put my own music over it after the fact, like my own original music. I don't see why we can't just download the video without the music. And even like for a whole VOD, why can't they just strip the audio off it?
True.
Like have all the VODs be muted. So that kind of tells you, like it doesn't matter to me about the music at all. It's just like the content. Let me decide how I want to cut it up and use it.
And
because the video is my property.
Yeah, even if it's like a audio free, you cannot post said VOD. Yeah. Well, no, if it's audio free, then then they wouldn't have to care about a VOD. But that's probably how they're.
I think, as well, is just like it's a blanket program. So I mean, I stream in dev and software and game dev, and I can't put up VODs from software and game dev either. If I stream a video game or I'm playing like Baldur's Gate, I can't put up the VOD of that either. I can't put up clips from that, even though I'm just in that genre. So I don't see why it has to be a program and not just be, well, you're in the DJ genre. So like, take the paid money. You know what? Let's say that's how much I actually am generating for record companies. But I don't see why, if I'm not streaming the DJ genre, I can't produce VODs again.
Yep, and I know their response is generally going to be, that's why you should have an alt channel. Or, like, and which doesn't feel good. Like, I hate managing 2 channels. I really do. Like, I kind of put DJ Ninja Gato to the side. He's kind of like a back burner project that I stream on like 2 times a month, maybe? And I don't think that's great. Like, I don't think it's great.
The idea of 2 channels is not a solution. Like, you have one channel that people follow, that people are subscribed to, that your chat knows you to be on. They expect to see it. Now you're asking all of them to go follow the other one. If you have any kind of interactions like we do, you're then also asking them to subscribe to that other one as well, which you might only stream on once a week, if it's not regular content. Like, maybe we don't do it. We're not doing a deep, like, if the issue why we didn't go with 2 channels was because we did on average 2 to 3 raves a week, maybe sometimes 2, maybe sometimes 1. But I was also doing dev streams 2, 3, 4 times a week. So it averaged out to be 4 streams a week, 3, 4 streams a week on the weeks where maybe we weren't able to be as online as possible. But if you split it, that means that's for the rave streams, and we have a live show streams, that's a stream that people are subscribed to, that you're getting 4 streams a month on now.
Yep.
Like, how can we ask our audience to be subscribers for something they're getting 1 show a week on?
Yep, and I feel bad for
It's not
them.
a solution at all.
Yeah, I feel bad for them because I
So that
tell
idea
them,
is ridiculous.
yeah, I tell them don't subscribe to my DJ Ninjagato. Or I don't recommend that they do, but some of them do anyways, because, you know, they're willing to support me on both channels. And they also appreciate not having the ad, you know, the ad viewing experience. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Mega Mocap says, yeah, I got recommended to me in the YouTube days, and it's bonkers. Impossible to even make enough for one channel for me. Yeah. Mega Mocap balances, you know, an awesome YouTube channel. I thought, like, I've seen that. YouTubers used to have a clips channel, and then they used to have a different, like, alt channel for, oh, this is my cooking content channel. This is my blah, blah, blah channel. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Um,
It just, the you why would you, just having distributed content just doesn't make sense in the world with Twitch. Look, if Twitch had said, okay, make a second channel, but we're going to copy all your followers over
yep.
and they'll get notifications, that probably would have solved half the issue.
Yep. And then,
and also that one subscription can apply to both channels. Great. But they didn't do that.
nope. Nope. They want the finances to be completely separate and completely independent, so they went with the low-hanging fruit, and that's making the streamers suffer. I think a multi-channel only works if it's packaged, but if it's not, work involves worthless. Correctly, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what Nano's saying. He wishes that it applied for both, like a YouTube family type of situation. There are reasons for that, though, says Beppo.
Yeah.
People who like sewing videos together, they're not going to follow DJ channel because they hate trans, but while people love motocross, don't care about sewing content.
And that's true, Beppo, but I mean, we have people who follow, and I'm not saying this is a counterpoint, it's just an example of what we have. Like, you're 100% right. You're completely valid what you're saying. But we have people who just tune in for the dev streams and don't really care about the music. And we have some people who like the music and don't really care about the Unreal stuff. And they just they know when the schedule is, and they tune in, and if they get it wrong and they show up for a bit, they're like, oh, okay, I thought this was a music one. I guess you're doing dev. That's all good. I'm going to go elsewhere. And it's like, cool, no worries. But again, they know at least that we're live. Like, again, the two things with Twitch that guarantee, well, not guarantee. The ways you make it on Twitch are you've got to stream often and you got to stream long. Having two streams completely kills the idea of streaming often. So you're left with streaming long. And what are you going to stream, like 8 hours? Like, on average, you have to stream to get noticed on Twitch. You need to be streaming on average at least 4 hours, 4.5 hours, at least 4 times a week.
Yep.
So if you have 2 streams, there's literally not enough time in the week to do that for both.
Yep. But
unless you stream 4 hours and then stop your current stream and then you go on your other stream, that's literally 8-hour days of streaming.
They expect us to do stream togethers with our main and alt channel in order to get the audience over.
But like Beppo said, if I like sewing, why am I going to follow your trance channel?
True. Yeah, this is a good discussion. Good discussion.
So there were definitely ways they could have just smoothed it over better and made the ways we were being penalized a little softer, I think. Because the idea of, we'll just make a second channel. What if you only stream every 2 weeks on that channel? What if it's like I also do carpentry work in my garage every 2 weeks. Who's going to come and wait around every 2 weeks for that channel when there's some guy who does that every second day in his garage?
Yep. I do enjoy me some variety content, but I agree with you. They don't really give us a choice as DJs. Like, you're forced to the program.
And also, we can't make clips, so if someone happens to catch the stream when you're not online, they have no idea what you do or what your vibe is.
Yep. Which is what you're doing, is recording your streams and then making content after the fact, which is more work on your part.
To get your camera back.
Yep. More work that I could be spend time on Twitch, getting Twitch more ad revenue and getting Twitch more subscribers. But cool. Let me spend less time on Twitch because I have to do more work outside of it. It's a good tactic.
Okay.
Lumicree, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated.
All right. Let's do.
Oh, yeah, it's an ad break.
Ad break. Okay. All right. Let's just chill for a moment.
I think we're back. I think we're back.
Ad break. Okay.
Woo! Lumi, how's it going?
How's it going?
Nice to have you here.
All right. Now let's talk DJ, because again, I just started. I did it to join the DJ program and experiment with it as a new form of content. I run 2 channels, and like you said, it's not run efficiently. It's not run well, but I do what I can. For someone who's new to DJing, what are key skills or knowledge areas you recommend focusing on first? How did you start your DJing journey?
It's a good question.
Hey, you just hit your follower goal. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, we did. That's awesome. Ad breaks end. Okay, ad break ends in 1:15. Do you want to run your ad? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can run
You can
my
ask
ad.
that question after.
Yeah, let me run my ad. I'll push run it a minute. There we go. Sorry about that, gatos. Start listening to music. 200 IQ. I am very bad. Okay, so I grew up in the Shinobi Academy, where I was very restricted on what content I could watch, enjoy. It was mostly just Shinobi Academy stuff. So I don't know a lot of movie references. I don't know a lot of song references. My gatos have been literally beating me up and educating me at the same time. Like, I didn't know Bon Jovi, which apparently nearly got me lynched. I didn't, at the beginning of stream, I didn't know your Ghostbusters reference. I know of the Ghostbusters films. I've seen several portions of them. In fact, I've seen them on other streamers' streams, portions of them. Oops, somebody just crashed a car in the Mikoverse. Have a good night, Texas. Have a good night. So yeah, I'm growing musically. My gatos are educating me, which is good. All right, I got 13 seconds left. Yeah. Gato didn't know who
I'm
we
going
were
to
gonna
calibrate
call.
quickly while we're here.
Yes, go Cal. I think it's more than okay not to know Bon Jovi, says Meg. Yeah. Thank you, Mega.
Hold
Thank
and
you.
pose.
Hey, what's up, Alien Arcade?
Move
How are
around.
you? The beeping. Let's do the coggers. Calibrate coggers. Coggers in chat.
Processing.
Processing. Coggers.
Stand still.
Good morning, Alien Arcade. Just Made Ninjas, did you pull an all-nighter? Are you pulling an all-nighter to be here, Just Made Ninjas?
All right. Cool. All right, I think we're back.
Awesome.
How did I get started in DJ?
Yep, and then what would you recommend for a noob? Like Gata.
My start in DJing was...
Oh, you just muted yourself. He's muted. Somebody tell him he's muted. Oh, you jiggled your cable again. There, you're back.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
I hear you. You don't hear
I'll
me.
start again.
Okay.
I think I'm still there. I can see my audio still going in.
Yep, we can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Good. All right.
I'm good.
Yeah, I can hear you. So my start was basically going to music festivals and really liking music. And then it was actually more getting involved in music production. I was producing electronic music way before I was DJing. And I would just DJ at like friends' parties and stuff, and all that. But like really, my background is like in music. Electronic music is producing electronic music in like a DAW, like Ableton, and then the way you perform that is by DJing. So I really wouldn't like consider my DJ ability that great. I like to perform the music I write, and the way you do that is by DJing it. And we do that on stream and perform and everything. But you know, I would consider myself a producer way more than a DJ because, yeah, I would just be playing the music that I've written, and that's normally on USBs on decks or playing directly out of the DAW itself. As for getting started DJing, look, I mean, you first have to like enjoy music, right? You have to first enjoy electronic music and find out what your taste is. And again, it's hard for me to say like, well, why would you start DJing? If you like going out and you like going to gigs and you like the vibe that the DJ creates and you like the kind of energy and you think, oh, I want to try that and play that role, then great, go out and start DJing. And I mean, you can get a controller, like a DJ controller that you can just plug into your laptop. That's, you know, relatively inexpensive, especially if it's used. And just get used to transitioning between songs, right? Like just one song and then fade out the lows and the mids and switch them over. Like you start off just basically being a human iPod shuffle, which is like DJing. Now, I can't really speak to the actual art of DJing. Like I really, like in the strictest sense of the thing, I don't really consider myself a DJ because like DJing, like Mixmaster Mike or like Birdie Nam Nam and R2, what is it? R2, I forget his name, R2 DJ or something. Like the guys with turntables who are really practicing the art of DJing, that's DJing. Like sampling and scratching and all that, that's a different level of DJing. I would kind of just say like Nova and I are performing with DJ decks, but yeah, like mega like a battle DJ, that's DJing. Now there's a lot more that goes into it than like turntablism, sure, and beat juggling is another level, but that's kind of what I think of as a DJ. And now if you want to get into that, great. Again, you got to kind of cultivate the interest for that. But look, at the end of the day, it's like how much do you like music and how much do you want to be involved in like the production or the curation of like a creative music experience on a night out or something. I definitely wouldn't suggest doing it like as a career, like early. Like I would definitely say like focus on finishing school and don't just be like a 13-year-old who's like, I'm going to be a DJ. Like I think that stuff can wait till later.
All right, so a noob sauce like me, you just say, get into music. Like find out music I like and then focus on that first. And then leverage that.
Yeah, I would say it's much more about cultivating your taste.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, you have a turntablism and a beat juggling, which is another level of DJs. Like, I'm just a noob sauce. Like, you at like elementary level. So let me ask this equipment and tools question. What essential equipment would you recommend to a beginner DJ? And how can someone get started without investing heavily into expensive gear?
I mean, nearly everyone has a laptop, so I mean, surely you have that lying around. I'd be surprised who doesn't have like a MacBook or something, and it's that and a DJ controller. I mean, you don't even really need headphones if you got the laptop, but yeah, some cheap headphones, and like an XDJ, not even an XDJ, like a I forget, but like one of the Pioneer controllers that you probably get for like a few $100. and even cheaper, like used, pre-owned. That's it. Laptop, controller, headphones. Headphones are optional.
Nice. I was also saying you could do
Oh, and a USB.
yeah, or USB. I was also saying you could use virtual controllers. Like I was watching a video where somebody was using
Yep.
cell phones. It's like multiple cell phones
Yep.
to mix music, which was kind of interesting. Track controller, but you don't even need to start with that really, says Just My Ninjas. What is a good software to start with, says Namori.
Tractor. Yeah, Tractor's great.
Tractor.
Record box, either of those two. Tractor controllers are generally cheaper, but you can use them just virtually. You don't even need like you can literally use the keyboard to start mixing.
Yeah, I use a program called DJ Studio, which is partnered with a program called Mixed in Key that Deckard actually recommended me use, and it's kind of a package deal. It's kind of pricey, but that one's pretty cool because I don't actually have to have the music. It pulls the tracks from YouTube. I just need an internet connection. That's how I've been doing my DJ sets. All right, Mr. Huggy, have a good one. Have a good one. NanoWire says I started virtual DJ still since I don't have a controller. I still use it. I gotcha. Alright, let me ask you this next DJ question about music selection. How do you approach selecting music for a set? Any advice on how beginners can develop their style or playlist?
I mean, in terms of like music for a set, normally a few days before, I just have a feeling of what I feel like playing. What's up, Dynamo? How's it going? Yeah, whether it's just what genre, or maybe I heard a track on the just during the week before that I was like, yeah, that'd be a fun track to kind of mix into a set and base a set around. Then I'll either look through my library or go and try find some new music to kind of that's around that genre. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just get on the stream and see what I feel like playing, and there isn't even really a genre in mind. Although you kind of, it's like, all right, let's spend half an hour in techno. Okay, I'm kind of done with techno. Let's go to progressive house. Let's go to drum and bass. We kind of move around a bit, but depending on the event, like if we're playing for like a birthday party or like an event or like a subathon or something, Nova and I generally plan out more or less how we want the set to go. We'll kind of curate the set list and like plan what track's going to go before the others. But a lot of the time on stream, it's just like to see how we feel. Especially for like 4 or 5. I mean, Nova's played a few like 7 and 8 hour streams lately. You just feel what's working and where you want to kind of go, or what stream, what and what you want to play around with. Like, let's see if I want to take the kick from this track or like the melody from this track, and I want to mix it in with, another one and see how they sound.
All right, and then the second part of that was any advice how beginners can develop their style or playlist? Because I've been crowdsourcing mine. I've literally been like, chat, give me good video game music, and then it was just like boom, boom, boom. They all drop YouTube links, and it's been pretty awesome. But I need to figure out a way to be able to do this on my own. Yeah, what advice would you give to me?
Yeah. Nova and I have actually been pretty blown away with some of the stuff that our chat puts in our like music sharing Discord. Like there's some awesome tracks in there. Like a lot of them are really good. That we then chuck into, sets later that week. So I would say wherever you get your music from is valid.
Oh, crowdsourcing is a good.
Crowdsourcing's great.
Yeah.
But look, there's a lot of different avenues. Like Spotify Radio can be really good for finding similar tracks. What's Nem's suggestion of listen to music? Yeah, listen to music is a pretty good one.
I actually do listen to music.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Ultimately, is like finding maybe good SoundCloud SoundCloud accounts that make good mixes that you like to listen to. Going on Spotify Radio and like finding an artist or a track you like and saying, Spotify Radio for that track. The radio is horrible. I would not use the radio for finding music. I just realized I'm probably lagging a lot more than I should be. That's probably better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Instagram has good tracks as well.
Interesting. Okay, I'll take these all down. Let's talk about the mixing techniques. What are some fundamental mixing techniques that every new DJ should master? How did you refine your skills in this area?
When you get to the end of the last track, loop the last 4 bars of that track and start mixing in the other track. That does a lot of good stuff. I really don't have that many skills. Like, really, it's much more about track selection than it is about mixing. If you select the right tracks and you understand the tracks and know the music, like you're familiar with the track, mixing it is pretty trivial. Ending a track, mixing in a track earlier rather than later is always good too.
All right, keep your secrets, says Bigable Gap. Make sure you have a track ready to play when the other one runs out.
Yeah.
No, it's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, if the screen on the decks is flashing red, you gotta act quick.
Okay. Learning curve. What?
Hey, look, that's actually not even true. Like, it is funny now, like no silence between songs, but like there are ways you can make silence work in a mix, like especially if you're performing. Like that's kind of what the funny thing about the whole thing with Grimes was that she clearly was having trouble mixing, and instead of just like letting the track end and then maybe talking and being like, she could have let the track end and then she could have got on the mic and just been like, yo, what's up, Coachella? How's it going? So good to be here. All right, here's another track coming up right now. And she would have just played the next track and no one would have cared. Like, no one really cared that she needed some seamless mix the whole way through. They all know she's not a DJ, but instead she like made a big fuss and screamed and shouted and made it very clear that she was like having a meltdown on stage. So you could very easily make silence work during a live set or a gig. But yeah, if you're going to put up a recorded mix, you don't probably want to have silence. You want a seamless, you don't want any point in the set where people go, you know what, this would be a great time to go to the bathroom.
Yep. Yeah, one of the cool things I do is in the Mikoverse, like if I see a song coming and I'm like, fuck, I didn't do this right, I can actually do like a sound effect. Like I could do confetti.
Yeah.
I could either, play a sound effect, fill the gap, and then it just kind of like makes something cool happen. And keep going. I also noticed something that you told me last time, that there's a lot of fake DJs out there with the quote-unquote hot knobs. Oh my god. You have opened my eyes.
Knobs, yeah.
You've opened my eyes. You're right. You only really touch them once in a song, if that. Tune it, and you're good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've been into lots of DJ streams, and they're touching those knobs non-stop throughout the entire set. Gato can sometimes make some harsh changes. I know, I do. I am learning. I got points deducted sometimes. It's entertainment. The hot knobs.
look, there's definitely things you can do when you're DJing, like especially playing with loops or look, there are some tracks where you want to subtly alter the EQ, but a lot of the time you just need to get the next track playing, and then you're pretty good for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, what the fuck? Chat and keeps the track can be an issue. That's true. Sometimes I'm focusing on chat or what's happening in the Megoverse, and then I'm like, oh no, the next song's cute and the transition's terrible. Look! Quick! Quick! Make confetti pop out! Let's get some spring water. Throw some flowers. I do stuff like that. Gats already seems to know everything. Wait, what? I don't know anything about that. The amount of perceived heat on the knobs is directly correlated to the enjoyment of the set, says Mega Mocap. Interesting. Well, that depends on what sort of DJ you are sometimes. They are really doing stuff, especially with beat juggling. But normal DJs, a lot of the time, are just for show. I'm willing to believe that.
And again, that's kind of where it comes down to, well, are they DJing or are they being an entertainer? I mean, if you go see someone like deadmau5 or David Guetta or any one of those big, like, you're not really going to see them DJ. You're going to see them play their music. And it's not just their music, it's the whole production of the show. I mean, it's the lasers, it's the visuals, it's the fact that it's their own original music. Like, they are far more entertainers than they are DJs. Yeah, it's like touch designer and all the interactions that they've built into their set. Like, I don't go to see someone like that. I don't like if you go to see someone like deadmau5 and be like, well, he better be a good DJ and he better, like, dude, he's done the work. He spent his entire life creating some incredible music. I just want to see him do his show. It's not like the technical side, like Ninjas is saying, of beat juggling and stuff. Although he can do that stuff, and especially in his early days, he was a much more technical DJ. But it's all about, like, what you're going there to see, you know. So there's a lot more involved in the production of music than just DJing, especially with those bigger artists who are producers first, not DJs.
Yep. And then, yeah, on those big shows, every light, every laser thing, it's all been coordinated. It's all been pre-planned to make one of the best experiences ever. So, like, there's a lot of work that was put in.
Yeah.
Of course they're there to just be entertaining. Like,
yeah.
There's a big difference between making songs and playing live as well. True, don't worry. True. Okay, let me ask you this. How can new DJs connect with their audience, especially in the live streaming environment like Twitch? Any tips for making sets more interactive or engaging?
Yeah, learn Unreal and make chat interactions.
I will say Twitch has kind of held their hands because we're not supposed to take song requests. Allegedly.
I mean, I have literally brought that up in the channel, and they were like, just don't do it straight away. So, whatever that means.
I add it to the end of your... Actually, I don't think I can do that.
I mean, legally, that could be an hour. Like, what is instant? So, I think what they really mean is just don't change your music straight away based on what someone told you to do. But the consensus seems to be if you wait a few tracks, you can play another track that someone recommended, yeah.
I don't think I can do that with my existing software. I'll have to work on them. I have to work on that. Okay. Finding your style. How can new DJs avoid falling into the trap of copying others and instead develop their own unique sound and style?
Just don't copy others.
Interesting. Hmm.
Look, at the end of the day, you've got to start somewhere. You've got to emulate someone. You've got to learn from someone else's example. But at a certain point, you need to realize.
Oh, his cable went out again. Deckard, your cable went out again. Yep.
Test 1 2. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
All right, we're back.
You need to be able to like self-monitor enough to know when you're no longer being.
Oh, cable went out again.
I didn't touch it that time. I'm nowhere near it.
Yeah, I don't know why your audio
can
keeps
hear me
going
again?
out. Yep, we can hear you again. Okay.
I mean, it could be Unreal about to explode. Yeah, I think
do
it's. My God.
Oh, it went out again. Tech issues for this guy never cease. I feel bad for him.
All right, that should be fixed now. I gave it a full unplug and replug.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you know when you're being genuine and when you're not, and when you're no longer pushing yourself. And when it comes to DJing, I don't really have much comment on like how you be original. I think that comes down to your style and vibe that you bring. But as a producer, I think the more music you write, the more you discover what you like to produce and where your voice is. And the more you do it, the more you should be discovering what your voice is. And as long as you're actually in touch with that, you should be fine.
Yep. That's cool, man. Okay. Alright, so this is kind of like a spin on the question that we usually ask, but now it's a little different because we're both in the DJ program. What advice would you give to a DJ just starting to stream on Twitch? Are there any particular features or strategies for success on the platform?
Stream long, stream regularly, stream long, stream often. Put your schedule up and try and stand out. But I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would suggest for anyone to go try DJ on Twitch. I probably would go try DJ IRL.
IRL?
You're gonna make more money quicker. Yeah. I don't really see DJs really, really well looked after on Twitch at the moment. At least the small ones, like starting out. I'd probably do the most like meme-worthy DJ thing possible. Like, you know, I don't know what that would be, but like go DJ in like the middle of a Walmart somewhere and just start streaming it. Like clickbait. It'd be clickbait, but it's like that's not really true to music. But if you just want to grow, do the most clickbaity thing possible.
Yeah, I would think doing the same maneuvers all streamers do, like Deckard's saying, having a consistent schedule, having a, being able to engage with the same audience. Those are always good streamer recommendations. So, all right. With that, I will open it up.
Hot tub sets.
Hot tub sets, nice. Or do a Grimes, haha, in Walmart, sure.
Malwart.
Well, if you ever go to TwitchCon, you'll see that Twitch doesn't give a one rat's ass about who anyone is a partner. It's how it's on the site and the person. You can see it with your own eyes. True, Beppo. So it's not so much small DJs, it's small streamers from what I've seen.
Yeah, fair.
Fair, we don't have that check mark, Deckard. We're working on it. We'll get there together. Alright, got those. And wait, I don't remember. Does your community have a name, Deckard? I can't remember your community name if it does.
Nah, I think at the moment they are ENDVRtv, but that's definitely a placeholder.
ENDVRtv. Alright, ENDVRtv and Gatos, do you have a question for this awesome DJ? Can Deckard be in a hot tub considering his head? I think so. I think it's sealed. Can you comment?
Yeah, I can. I can be. I just want to dip my head underwater.
Have you ever dabbled in the pools and hot tubs section ever? Have you ever dipped your stream into there?
That was a sub goal that chat didn't end up hitting, was a hot tub stream. So maybe next time they'll hit it.
Maybe next time. It's wild, actually. It's a wild experience. I do recommend you do it at least once.
I've actually gone on there. No, I have very briefly gone, and I know of the hot tub streams. I know roughly what goes on there, but no, I'm not a viewer.
No, I was saying as a streamer. It's wild. You should do it at least once.
Oh, as a streamer.
Yeah.
Do it once? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I put my stream in there, and we had a lot of, like, both intrigued and confused people. Because, like, I did it with Bikini Babes in an actual onsen, so and they were just like, wait, they were confused. They're like, where's the water? I'm like, right there. Like, they're dancing in it. Don't you see it? And they're like, oh. Like, my actual views were in the thousands, dude. I had, like, thousands of viewers come and go. Just come, take a look, and be like, what the fuck is this? And then leave. Like, oh. So you should try it. You should try it.
We should do a hot tub set.
Yeah, do a hot tub set. I mean, Nova's all about hot bikinis. She'd probably be all about it.
Yep.
So, all right. All right. Any other gatos, ENDVRnauts questions in the chat? I'll give you another BS question while we wait for them to type up a question. Jorma's here with a question. How do you learn DJ techniques like adding new sounds, looping segments of songs, etc. stuff beyond just playing music? Is it listening to other DJs, or is there DJ technique YouTube tutorials that are important to watch?
It's literally all that. Yeah. So watching others, like especially watching other DJs perform. There are tons of breakdown videos on YouTube of like popular techniques or techniques that someone saw a DJ use. So you can learn those on YouTube. A lot of it's just like experimenting. Again, it's like playing the tracks you like and messing around with the features that are on the DJ decks, whether it's looping or whether it's what's it called? There's two different kinds of looping. There's slip loop, which is basically like a button and it'll just loop a certain area, or there's like you can create a longer loop that would just repeat non-stop until you tell it to stop looping. There's effects and faders and filters that you can use. So I would say it's a mix of watching others, especially watching DJs do cool stuff that you want to learn how to do because you think the technique is really cool, or just playing around with the decks and the tools that are in front of you when you play music that you like. But a lot of the effects that are like, or a lot of the techniques that are kind of shown on tutorials are like very specific to that track, because it's like that's the part of the track that they like had a cool effect with. So it's like transitioning one more time into I forget what the Fisher track is, but there's a Fisher track where it's like one more time into moving up and down. What's it called? Moving up and up to side, up and down like a roller coaster, wherever that track is. But that's a famous transition, right? So some of them can be very specific and not much help. But if you plan on mixing that specific thing in, great. But just know you're copying someone else's idea they had just as a performance thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Namori asks, is it hard to change to a song with a different speed?
It is basically impossible, yeah. I mean, there's ways to do it if you can loop and like, but to just cut from one BPM to another, especially mixing it in, is impossible. It won't sound good. But there are ways you can mess with the BPM and effects to basically slow down or speed up to another one, or add in like a third track or a bridging tone or something. But beat matching is generally like the first thing you learn as a DJ. Yeah.
Yep. The software I use helps to speed in or slow down into the next song, which is kind of cool. Namori, normally
awesome.
you stick around for the same BPM, but if you're gonna have to big change, you just whack it in and drop and pray.
But you shouldn't really have a big change. If you're planning out your set, you should be keeping it around the same, like, if it's 128 BPM, you probably shouldn't be going above 132, and you shouldn't really be going below 124. Any more than that, and the tracks will start to get distorted if you try to mix them. That being said, if you don't really care about like a seamless mix, you can do what the hell you want.
Yep. So that could be a good example of get silence and say that you will change the beat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even say anything. Just don't even say anything. Just be like, "Is everyone having a good night out there?" Wait for a response. Then, all right, here's the next track. Like, the thing with performing anything is if the only time the audience, most of the time, the audience has no idea what is supposed to happen and what isn't supposed to happen. It's when you draw attention to it by showing that you don't really know what's happening that they catch on. Like, it's like the same for a piano piece. If you play the wrong note and you're playing like a Chopin concerto, how many people in the audience know that that one note out of the thousands you just played was the wrong note? None. But if you stop after playing that note and start like swearing, well, they're gonna know pretty quick you just screwed up. But if you just keep playing, no one will even
like
realize.
cool.
And it's the same thing with the grime situation. If you just stop the music, run out, and like get on the mic and make up some crap like, "Oh, beautiful weather tonight," or "Is everyone having a good time?" or blah blah blah. How good is this? How good is this tap water? Like, if you just crack a joke, no one's gonna care that you just stop the music for a second. So, but if you draw attention to it, yeah, they're gonna know.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions for this awesome DJ? Well, you have this resource, Gato. So think of a silly question. If you could DJ for a specific celebrity, person, influencer, whatever, who would you DJ for?
Like, what do you mean? Like, just they'd be in the audience and I'd be like chuffed that I played in front of them?
Yeah. Like if you're like, hey,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Obama.
Like,
There you go.
like Dead Mouse. If I like Dead Mouse or Daft Punk were like in the audience and like vibing, that'd be pretty awesome.
There's a classic video of a pianist playing a sheet backwards, and people only notice once he turned the sheet.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I guess the thing with like the Dead Mouse thing though is like I'd be much more. I mean, he's been on the stream before, so this has happened. But like, I would be much more thrilled if Dead Mouse liked my music or liked the stream than I would be just like playing a set in front of him.
Gotcha. The ads are looping now. Just My Ninjas says, what is one redeem you would love to have, but is just too far expensive to have?
A redeem, as in like it would be too expensive to like set it up.
Like resource wise, let's just go with that.
It's a good one. Like PC power wise. Ooh, probably like full chaos physics that like the actual set could be broken. So like all the physics of like a wall crumbling or a building crumbling into like pieces. You know what? It's probably just like Niagara stuff.
Water stuff.
Like particle effects, water stuff. Yeah, water, like the water stuff don't know, you can only get so far with like water, like cool looking water effects. Probably like really the expensive stuff is like modeling, like getting really high quality models.
Yep.
Like I'd love to have a redeem where like a giant like Evangelion battle just happened like above the stream, and like depending on how much bits or stuff that chat did, like one side won versus the other, like the Angel or the Evangelion or something.
Hey, welcome back, the Big Lee. Good to see you.
Hey Lee, what's up?
Water sports stuff. Yeah. All right. All right. What other questions you got, ENDVRnuts or Gatos? What else you got? What else you got?
Thank you for the hydrate, Lee.
Assuming no budget constraints, what would be the next? What would be the next piece of hardware you would add to your stream?
CDJs.
What is a CDJ?
CDJ is a standalone like turntable, which is like industry standard turntable. So if you most concert like DJs when they play have 4 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, CDJs and a mixer and a proper Pioneer mixer.
Oh, the community came up with a really good question. Amori asks if I don't know if you have multiple setups, but have you and Nova done a DJ battle live at some point?
We would love to do a live, both of us in mocap DJ set back to back. We would probably need 2 sets of decks and 2 mocap solutions, but we would love to do that eventually. That's another thing. Budget. If there was no budget, we would have 2 XN suits and all that stuff. It'd be amazing.
Yep. But okay, but like off stream without the mocap and stuff, have you guys ever DJ battled?
We never had battles, but we played back to back plenty of times.
Okay. Deckard wants his turntable. True. Well, webcam tracking is totally within reason for VTubing. That's true. I was playing with a webcam tracker the other day. It works. I mean, I use a $2 one, and it works as much as you expect for a $2 one. But it's still something.
True.
All right. Any other questions before we let him go? Any other questions?
We should look into more options. I think we just try to get our money's worth out of this XN suit.
Yep. Seems to be decent enough. Yep. No worry. True. All right. All right, got those. Let's do it. Let's say bye to YouTube. So let's get the HIYTs in chat. Let's get that HIYTs in chat, both in Deckard's chat and my chat. Let's get it. Let me add the stream marker. All right. Let me get the stream ending. So thank you, Deckard.
Bye, YT.
Yeah, it's been another awesome interview. Well, it's been an awesome interview. We're gonna link ENDVRTv's, Deckard, and Nova's socials below, so make sure you follow them, go join their next set, go jam out with them. They're awesome people. And I always enjoy hanging out with my friends, and we're going to be collabing soon in the Mikoverse. So look out for that.